Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the evil that men do. Father God, I pray and ask that you help me to have mercy on others the same way I would want you to have mercy on me. Father God, I also ask that you help me to be quick to forgive and slow to get angry. Amen, amen, amen. These young dudes out here don't respect shit until you put the barrel in their ear and let the text spit. I just might catch a case on my next hit, remove their whole face on some special effect shit. So show respect, Drake, or I'ma have a flashback. Digging through the dresser like, fuck it, where my mask at? The mash back with the banger and damage shit and say fuck everything I learned in anger management. Hop back on some east side managed shit and push a nigga's top back when I let the cannon spit. Start planning shit, premeditation. I'm in love with the streets again, rededication. Casket or cremation when I shoot you down. I was built for the smoke like a hookah lounge. I keep big shit that sound like a bazooka sound, and I shoot quicker than ain't gotta be a hoop around. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with the 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Gun on me, it ain't never for show, homie. I'm far from a bully, but I'm never a hoe. Get out of line, my Beretta will blow. Real talk, we can take the beef wherever we go. I bring it to your front door like I'm Uber Eats. I guarantee you listen up when this Ruger speaks. Plus I maneuver through these streets like a ghost, and I'm handy with the heat. I cook a nigga like a roast. On me, homie, this is not a boast. I will still come through, boy, and stop a nigga's post. Play him close, man, air will ease it. Quickly off the waistband, man, and air will squeeze it. Leave you niggas laid out dead or paraplegic. Niggas playing in these streets while I'm very strategic. I come to your house dressed like the gas man. Shoot you 9 times, leave you stretched by the trash can. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with the 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. I don't put shit on Facebook, I just holler in person. Put the pistol in your mouth while you're hollering in person. All that shit you kept rehearsing and put on your live, got your clap with the big 4-5. You bitch nigga, if you tell me to pull up, I'ma do that. That nigga who was whooping first nigga that I shoot at. Ski mask on my face, bystanders be like, who that? I ain't with the talking, bitch boy, I thought you knew that. Leave his brains where my shoe at and bounce like I'm on a trampoline. Leave you laid out, nigga, like you camping on the scene. If you want something sweet, grab a peach or tangerine. Niggas won't smoke, but fuck it, I'ma let them handle steam. AR with the beam, you see the red dot? We tug on this trigger, nigga, it'll make your head pop. Blood pouring down to your shoes, call it Red Sox. Your brains hanging all over your shoulders like some dreadlocks. Expect the gang of dead off if they ever cross the line. The Lord said in the Bible, oh, revenge is mine. So I'm just trying to find a righteous path between the two. Before I lose control and do the shit I used to do. This being humble shit is new. I'm trying to turn the other cheek, but I ain't never been a bitch, so watch your mouth when you speak. Your mercy's what I seek, so I pray on bended knees. Don't let me get the K with the extended clip and squeeze. Lord, please. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps. Dear God, please don't let me relapse and return to the G-Ride with 3 straps, a ski mask with the case, squeezing keys apps, spraying everything from a nigga's brain to his kneecaps.
All right, y'all. All right, y'all. That was my brother, brother Eric, 16 to Life. You can go to his webpage, 16 to Life, or you can go to his website, 16tolife.com. Brother Eric has a lot of good stuff out there, man. Funny cat, good dude, and like I said, he did 24 years in the California penal system. Got a lot of stories about that, man. If you go over there, you can check him out. Good dude, man. And if you got a project, man, maybe you need some voice work, you need somebody to make a song, make some music for you, put him to work. You know what I'm saying? Put him to work. Dude's, Brother Eric's fair guy. You know what I'm saying? Check him out, man. You know what I'm saying? He won't charge you an arm and a leg. maybe just an arm. We're gonna check out Brother Eric. 16 shout out to Brother Eric. All right, y'all. Y'all know why y'all here. Y'all here because we have a concern in the Black community. We have a serious concern in the Black community. And what is that concern? That concern is Black love. Black love. The situation where do we love each other as Black people, right? Not only romantically, but just as a, as a community, right? I think we hear so many times, so many people say, forget the Black community. You know what I mean? It's better for us to attach onto the white community and just follow their codes of conduct and their behaviors and just enjoy life, right? And I can see how some people can make that assumption, right? You can make that, what do you call that? You can make that leap to where you're gonna be like, yeah, I can see how they could say that. But when it comes down to it, who's responsible for the Black community? Who's responsible for Black love? Black men. I'm always gonna put it all on the men. I know men don't want that responsibility, right? Men don't want that responsibility. You want to keep on saying the reason why the Black community is falling apart is because the women are not listening. Okay, if your woman's not listening to you, then what are you going to do to get your woman to listen to you? Right? Because you can't get out of this situation without your woman. You ain't gonna be able to get out of this situation without the Black woman. The Black woman is attached to you at the hip. So where you gonna go? I'm gonna go to Venezuela. I'm gonna get me a woman from from the Philippines, from Malaysia. I'm gonna get them. I'll go out with them, right? And I understand, right? You know what I mean? You can leverage their poverty against them, right? I get it. You can leverage your American citizenship against them, right? With their behavior, they have to conform their behavior, to meet the demands of your demands, whether they're righteous or not, based on your American citizenship, right? Shout out to my brother Be Easy, that dude. If you haven't already checked out Knowledge and Relationships, going over to Knowledge and Relationship and check out the newest, hottest show out there is Easily Rigged with the brother Be Easy and the brother Big Riggs out there, man. They are just outstanding, two outstanding young brothers, man, and they don't always agree with me, but they definitely are articulate and definitely have minds of their own, man, and they're very articulate, both of the brothers. So that's what I like about them, man. Saying they always will tell you what's up, man. Whether they agree with you or not, and I respect that. I respect that about brothers, man. I don't want everybody to just agree with me. You know what I mean? Unless you really feel that way. But if you at a point where you don't, put it out there. You know what I'm saying? As long as we can respect each other, it's cool. And that's what I think about Be Easy and Big Riggs, man. They're two brothers like that. They can disagree with you and still make you feel like they still your homeboys. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to attack you. So go out there and check out Easily Rigged over there on Knowledge and Relationships. Shout out to Knowledge and Relationships as well. Okay, so we back here talking about Black love. What's the state of Black love? Are we in more loving relationships? Well, statistically, Black women are the least likely to be married ever. They are statistically the last. Now, in the 1930s, I'm not going to show it to you now, but I'll talk about it. I'm going to show it later. I had a graph of black marriages. In the 1930s, Black marriage, 95% of Black people were married, had at least been married once. right? Now in 2012, we get down to 2012, and black women are black people are the most likely to get married. High percentage of black women to get married. We go down to 2012, less than 65% of black women are ever getting married. That is a scary stat. But the question is, but what nobody ever asks is why? Why not? Right? Why not? Shout out to Bees. He said truth chamber, not an echo chamber. Right on, Bees. Right on. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to that green vegan. She said, yes, talk about it. I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to put it out there, y'all, because I got to go through. I'm waiting on Patrice to come in so we can review this movie, Something New. I really, it was really a chick movie, but I looked at it, I went through it, I suffered through it. So if y'all want to talk about the movie with Sanaa Lathan, Something New, just let me know. But more, what it reflects is the state of black love, right? Black love has become a parody. It's a joke, right? It's actually a money-making vehicle, right? You got the Housewives of Atlanta, the Housewives of LA, the Housewives of name the black elitist community, the Housewives of that place, right? And we never see, shout out to Brother Daryl. We never see black women on TV in a role that is congruent to keeping a nuclear family together in this day and age, right? What we mostly have out there is out of control black women. I mean, what the media puts out there, out of control black women who are usually business people who are absolutely out of control and absolutely have no consideration for other people around them, right? Because that's what makes for good TV, right? People are not going to watch. People are not going to watch. Why do you think the Cosby Show, outside of Bill Cosby's antics from 50 years ago almost, why do you think the Cosby Show is not on, or shows like that are not on, right? They're not on because who wants to see a black man who loves his family? Who wants to see a black man that's taking care of his children? Who wants to see a black man with all his children under the same roof? Who wants to see a black man that's not cheating on his wife? Who wants to see a black man that's going to work every day? Who wants to see a black man that loves his wife and treats his wife like solid gold? Conversely, who wants to see a black woman that is smart enough to realize when it's time to lead her man, and then when it's time to lead from behind, right? Who wants to see a black woman that loves her family? Who wants to see a black woman that when she disciplines her children in a way that encourages them to see the lesson being taught and not just to emasculate the male children and destroy the feminine children. Saying nobody wants to see that. We want to see black women. We want to see a black man that's like the Temptations said, Papa was a Rolling Stone, right? We want to see a black man that, you know what, everywhere he go, his number one motivation is sex, right? That's his number one motivation. To do everything he does is a sexual experience, right? Because if he loves you, he's a wimp. A simp. The Green Vegan says film depict black women in a bad light. You're right, Green Vegan. They depict black women in a horrible light. And you know what the sad part about that is, Green Vegan? Black women will go see that film. If you have a black woman that loves her family, like pretty much like Claire Huxtable or Michelle Obama, that loves their children, that disciplines them in a way that encourages them and not breaks them down and destroys their self-esteem. Nobody wants to see that. We as Black people, we have been given a hunger and a hunger for violence and disruption and chaos. We've been given that. We've been nursed up into a thirst for self-destruction, right? So the question becomes, just like I was asking my dear sister Oracle, I was asking her, if Black women hate Kevin Samuels so much, they're the one that gave him his show. Why didn't they just stop calling in? They could have killed his program just by not calling in, right? They could have just destroyed his whole program by just not calling in, right? But they kept calling in, right? See, we don't ask the questions. Why would they call in if they felt that that was such a adverse a depiction of Black women? Why did they continue to promote that, propagate that by calling into his program and giving him more content to use to show Black women in a bad light? The same way is, why do we only support programs that promote chaos against the Black community, right? We'll watch shows where white people will have challenges just like us in their love situations, but at the same time, they will work it out, right? At some point, they'll work it out. But nobody wants to see Black people work something out in the end. It's always chaotic or some kind of raising. I missed the Cosby Show and Different World too, Green Vegan. I miss those shows too. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, today's Black people wouldn't even watch that. If you put those on the air today, they wouldn't even. They would do horrible in the ratings. Why? Because Black people want to watch stuff like Power, right? They want to watch stuff like Black Ink. They want to watch stuff like what's that other show? Love and Hip Hop. They want to watch shows like Real Housewives. Why do Black people want to watch these things? Because in my opinion, most Black women, well, I have to say Black women because Black men mostly don't watch TV. Mostly women watch TV, and in the Black community, mostly Black women watch TV. Most Black men do not watch a lot of TV, right? They realize that, number one, Black men are not represented accurately on TV, so Black men don't even want to watch that. Number one, right? Shout out to Sister Inner Peace. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm blessed. Blessed is the best word I can use in English, Sister Inya. So that's what I'm gonna go with today. I'm blessed. How are you, Sister Inya? I hope everybody in the chat is blessed. You all are, because you're sitting here with a strange fella, right? Brother Clarence is a strange fella. Hopefully you guys will get a lot of the stuff I'm saying within the next 20 years, man, because Brother Clarence is way light years ahead of his time. Light years, right? But shout out to you, Sister Eddie. Shout out to everybody that take the time to come over here and listen to a really strange brother. That vegan says, the green vegan says, Black women are broken and want validation. I agree with that. Even at the destruction of their own self-esteem. No positive males in their lives. You're right. Unfortunately, you're right. A lot of Black women are broken, but we got to remember this. I come from the school of Elijah Muhammad, and Elijah Muhammad said there is no broken Black woman out there that a man didn't make her that way. For every woman that's out there that's all crazy, he said there's a man out there that made it that way. So what is that telling us? That's telling us that we as black men are out here creating this issue that we complaining about so much. We are creating this issue. We got to look to ourselves and say, what are we doing? What we must be doing something that's allowing this situation to develop. But unfortunately, especially in the manosphere, they don't really see it that way. They don't really see it that way. And they have the ear of the young black men. A guy like me, man, and them young guys ain't going to listen to me, right? Right? Them young guys ain't going to listen to me. They're going to listen to those guys over there. Why? Because they tickle their ears. The Quran say, you don't like the messenger because he don't tickle your ears, paraphrasing. They don't like the messenger because he don't tickle their ear. He don't tell them what they want to hear, right? That's why they hate Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, because he don't tickle their ears. They hated Jesus. He didn't tickle their ear. He didn't tell them what they wanted to hear. He tell them what they needed to hear. That's why he was vilified and chased down by the government, right? Government hated him. The Roman government hated him. He wasn't really no big deal. He wasn't really no big deal until he started getting people to actually start listening to him, right? Around the end of his career. He started really getting people to listen to him. That's when they said, okay, we got to do something about this dude. You know, they could just call him crazy and nobody would really, and he never really had a lot of people listening to him until the people started listening to him around the end of his career. That's when they said, okay, now we got to do something about him. Because now bigger people are listening to him. First, he was just talking to people in the street. Now other people are really talking to him. Right? Let's get back to black love. You're right, Sister Green Vegan. There's no positive males in their lives. Now, why is that? Why is that? What is it that we are doing that these sisters are not having positive black men? Well, I got some sad news for us all, Sister Green Vegan. I got some sad news for us all. This world socializes us as black men to play the part of a sex-crazed maniacs who are contingent. Our only value in life is to be able to show the other sex-crazed maniac how much of a maniac we are. In other words, our masculinity between the both of us, if me and Brother Daryl, we get together, right? I'm sitting there talking to Brother Daryl. Daryl's talking to me. And so we can only validate each other by our escapades, our sexual escapades. That's what this world has boiled us down to. We can't say, hey, man, you know what? I say this person, I said a good word to that person. And Brother Daryl can't say to me, you know what, brother, I'm proud of you for saying that word to that person. You never know how that turned out. And instead of Brother Daryl encouraging me by saying, hey, brother, I'm glad you encouraged that person. You never know. That may have stopped them from, self-deleting or deleting somebody else or whatever. Right? And the real impact might not be seen for another 10 years, right? But in the black community, is that how men are operating? No. We operate like this. Hey, Daryl, how many women you hit last night? Oh, you hit that many? I hit this many. And that's how we value each other's masculinity. We value each other's masculinity by how many women we can push down the drain or we can run through. We don't realize that every time you have a sexual encounter with a woman, what you're doing is creating a space in the woman's head where she now has to you're creating this confusion where she now has to judge your actions by the new person. And if the new person even moves kind of like how you moving, then she's gonna just write that person off. She may. It's a bad situation. It's a bad situation in the black community. How can we get around this? That's the thing. How can we get around this? Sister Green Vicky said, black men are broken too. Agreed. We need to heal. I hate the division between us. I love my people, but they don't love me back. No, most of them don't, Green Vegan. Unfortunately, most of them don't. Now I'm gonna tell you one of the reasons why. One of the reasons why is because they're so broken, and they only want to hear people that's going to allow them to sit in that brokenness a lot of times, right? If you coming out here saying, hey, you can be whatever you want to be, there'll be some of them that say, nah, white supremacy is gonna keep you down. And if I say, but white supremacy ain't gonna keep you down, it's here, but it can't do like its arms are getting very flimsy. It can't continue to hold you down like it did before. There's opportunities and there's ways around it. I'm not telling you it's not here, but it's just ways that you can work around it. Do you know what they'll tell me, Sister Green Vegan? They'll say, you can't see it. What's wrong with you? A coon. I'm a coon because I said there's a way around this. Right? You a coon because you say there's a way around it. No, there's a way around it. There's a way around it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but it's just the point. Like, we as a people have gotten so far to the point where we want our ears tickled. We want somebody to tell us what we want to hear. We want you to go with the narrative. My narrative is, it's not me that's the reason why I'm not getting nowhere. It's the white man. It's the black woman. It's whatever, right? There's no God. There's always some reason why we can't achieve as black men. When the real reason why we can't achieve is because we got too much ego. We don't have enough humility between us to be able to come together and build some industries between us. We got the talent, we got the brain power, we got the mathematics skills, we got all the skills that we need to do it. We just don't have the discipline. We just don't have the humility. We're not willing to sacrifice. We're not willing to sacrifice to make it happen. See, all of these black men, they come out here and they say, especially in the manosphere. I don't want to just pick on the manosphere, but I'm just using them as an excuse because everybody knows about them. But they come out and they'll put out a lot of information saying it's the black woman, it's the black woman. Black woman's not listening. Why isn't the black woman listening? Why? Why aren't we encouraging our sisters? Hey, sister, don't watch that show. Don't watch these I call them black people acting badly, right? BAB shows, the black people acting badly. Pick one, right? Love and Hip Hop, Black Ink, right? What else? Real Housewives of wherever, right? Whatever, it doesn't matter. If you look on the TV, if you pick 10 TV shows with black people in them, about 9 of them will be these confrontational menageries of just minstrel shows of black people attacking each other. So our young people, what they get to see on a regular basis is our blatant foolishness. Our blatant foolishness. And I know you guys are going to say too, well, white people do it too, right? That's what a lot of black people say. White people do it too, right? They do, but they have a balance, right? They have balances. White people have shows about stocks. They have shows about investing that they watch. They don't ask you to watch their shows. They don't beg you to watch their show. They don't beg you for your support. They don't beg you for nothing, right? They support their own stuff. They understand how important that is, right? Meanwhile, you go there and you beg them, hey, you got to support our shows. You got to invest in our programs. You gotta support us. I know it's your channel and you built it and it's your money, but you gotta support us, right? It's not fair that you don't have our shows on your platform. So what do? You think they care? They don't care whether how your children getting raised. They just say, hey, okay, you want to put a show on my program? Okay, but we're gonna put shows on that make money. Right? If we're gonna take you in and we're gonna support you, we're gonna support programming that's gonna make us money. And what's the program that makes us money? What do white people love more than almost anything is to be entertained by black foolishness. Right? They love it. They love it. They will eat it up. They will make you a bazillionaire calling black people niggas. Ask Dave Chappelle. They'll make you a bazillionaire. Ask Chris Rock. They'll make you a bazillionaire. All you gotta do is call enough black people niggas and call them enough niggas and just show them the crack of your asshole, and they will make you a bazillionaire. They'll make you a bazillionaire. Brother Class, are you talking about Dave Chappelle? I love Dave Chappelle. I do. I love Dave Chappelle too. But I'm just saying, they made him rich, not you. You think you made Dave Chappelle rich? Come on, stop it. You think you made Chris Rock rich? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. You ain't making these black minstrel shows rich. White folks are looking at them saying, man, wow. Because what does that do? Now, I'm not saying every white person feels this way, but I'm talking about the majority of them feel this way. When they see us in mass numbers that foolish, they are not as they're not as nervous, right? They don't have to worry about us as a competing entity for resources and for resources and affection of the community, of the larger community. They don't have to worry about that. As long as we're showing ourselves to be a fool, hell, even the Africans don't want nothing to do with us. And those are our brothers and sisters, and they don't want nothing to do with us. They come over here and they join the bandwagon. Look at these niggas over here. They tell their children, don't get involved with an African American. Go date a white person. Go date an Asian. Go date well, I don't even think that they won't tell them to date the Latino brothers and sisters, but they tell them go date a white person or Asian. If you're not dating one of these educated black people, then don't even mess with them. Right? Degree Negroes, right? The state of black love. The state of black love is in bad shape. It's in bad shape. So a lot of women, so these women out here saying, well, black men don't marry black women. No, 82% of black men are married to black women. Right? The ones that are, most of us are married to black women. Right? We can't, I mean, that's a real stat. But black love is in trouble. It's in trouble. And I'm not saying you as a black person have to marry a black person. I'm not saying you have to. It probably would be better, but I mean, well, put it like this. It'd be easier to, go through a society like like this with a person, going through it with a person that can readily understand the challenges that you have to face as a black person, right? It's probably easier to go through the situation. But if you can't find a black person that loves you, I'm not going to sit back and say, well, hey, you got to just not be in love if you can't find a black person that loves you. Hey, if a person of another race loves you, they love you. And they're going to treat you right, and they're going to show you respect and treat you right. Who am I to say that? You want somebody to argue against that? Go to Dr. Umar. Right? Right? Guys like that will tell you, hey, you can't find the right black man, come under my roof. I'll take you in, right? Right? But I'm not gonna do that, man. I'm not gonna do that, man. I don't. First of all, I know Brother Clarence. Brother Clarence is a very difficult person to live with. I'm a very simple person to live with. But if you got a lot of nonsense on your brain, I'm gonna be a very difficult person to live with, man, because I don't have a lot of patience for nonsense. I like things done a certain way. I like the house clean. I like things done a certain way. And I'm just pretty simple. I'm a pretty simple guy. And if you always rocking the boat, we're gonna have issues. We're gonna clash. I got sons that I clash with sometimes, right? Because they want to be on some, let's run this by dad stuff, right? Well, we gonna clash. We gonna clash. But hey, the good news is my oldest boy don't live with me, so hallelujah, hallelujah. Got that guy out the house, hallelujah. Sister Green Vickers says people will brainwash you to think of black love equals struggle love equal to struggle love. Yeah, that's another thing, right? But I'm gonna say this, Green Vegan. There's always a struggle in love. Love does not come without struggle. Love does not come without sacrifice. Love does not come without discipline. Love does not come without hardships. See? Unfortunately, people think that, I'm going to get in a relationship. Oh, a challenge comes up, right? A challenge in a relationship comes up. People have because of the way this society works, people have the misunderstanding that a good relationship has zero challenges, right? There are no challenges in a good relationship. No, I don't care how good a relationship is. There's always going to be challenges, man. There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be things that you're going to have to make a decision about how you're going to handle it, right? When you first get in a relationship, everything is a serious issue. Oh, no, this person said this. Oh, no, is the relationship over? Oh, no, right? Especially in a marriage. First 10 years, oh, no, every little thing. Oh, no, we only had sex 2 days this week. Oh, no, is our relationship over? Is he being with somebody else? Okay, everything's a challenge, right? Everything's a serious challenge. After you get over the 10 or 15-year mark, you start realizing, man, life is just coming up. Life comes up just because, you start out having sex every day, 3 times a day, every day. And then, of course, it's going to fall off, right? As your responsibilities grow, as your responsibilities get a lot more, the sex is going to fall off a little bit. Because why? Because you got to put more time into those responsibilities, right? You can't just have sex all day. You got to put time into your responsibilities, especially if you get a job or you start your own business. First couple of years, you can't let nobody run your business. You got to run it. You got to see how to steal from it. You got to be running your business so you know how to steal from it. So you know when something's going on. So when you turn it over to somebody else or turn over certain aspects of it to other people, you know if they're stealing from you or not. You know if they're doing the right things or not. But you got to run it for a few years so you can see. You don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me, man. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. So sometimes there's going to be challenges in marriages. I don't care how good a marriage is, there is always going to be some challenges. What we got to do as black people is start remembering, man, hey, there's going to be challenges in relationships. Good or bad, there's going to be challenges. The difference between a good relationship and a bad relationship is how you handle challenges. See, some relationships, you ain't going to handle these challenges properly, right? In a bad relationship, some people will start doing things that create even more problems in the relationship, right? An issue comes up in the relationship, and so instead of handling it properly, right, they start self-medicating, or they start and then when I say self-medicating, that could be anything: drugs, drinking, smoking, casual sex, outrageous sex. Could be any number of things that they use to try to self-medicate themselves from the challenge that comes up, right? What challenge comes up? A health challenge, right? Somebody has the big C, or somebody has some other issue that's a huge issue, right? It's going to happen in a marriage, right? You go through a marriage, you're going to bury some people together. You're going to go to some funerals together. You're going to go to some marriages together. You're going to go to some baby showers together. You're going to go to some graduations together. You're going to do some things together. And likewise, you're going to have some challenges together, right? We had some challenges. I mean, you know, my wife and my mother really didn't see eye to eye for a long time until, I mean, they were always cordial and everything, but they didn't become like really good until my mother got to a certain age. My mother got to a certain age, and she finally fully accepted my wife and looked at her as, you know, the person that was willing to be around me, and said, hey, you know what? If she's willing to be around him with all of his simple behind, she accepted her, right? But my mother was, you know, she loved her son, you know what I mean? So she was like, always had her side eye out for anybody that, you know, she felt like, man, he should be on a pedestal, right? And so my wife was, but it took my wife a little while to learn how to, you know, show that respect all the way. Just like me. You know, we got married really young, so we didn't know what we was doing. We had to learn all this stuff, man. It took us years to learn this stuff. It took us years to learn how to do this stuff. That's the problem, man. In the black relationships, black people don't want to take no time, right? Black man, you want a woman, you want a black woman that's already ready to go. But if her experiences are what made her already ready to go because she got a high body count, now you don't want it because she had a high body count, but that's how she learned how to be a better woman is by experiencing different men. It's a catch-22 situation for the black woman. It's really a catch-22 situation for her because she don't have men in her life, in her non-sexual life that she can learn from. So she got to learn from men in her sexual life. Oh yeah, y'all know, that would went right over y'all's head, right? The Green Vegan says, I believe black men my age see these young cats and how they move. They losing their minds. They forgot how it used to be. Green Vegan, they never knew how it used to be. See, in today's world, being a non-sexual support system for a woman is foolish. These men out here will call you a simp for doing that. Right? If you're not blood related to the woman and you have a non-sexual, you're a non-sexual support for them, they'll call you a simp. We don't just know how to roll amongst each other and just support each other. Hey, sis, support each other just on the strength of, hey, you trying to be a good person, I'm trying to be a good person. Let's just try to be good people. Everything ain't got to be about, smashing. Right? Everything. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you should not be about smashing. Yeah, you should have, that should be a part of life. But I'm saying it shouldn't be like every instance should be about smashing. But why is it like that? It's like that because on the TV and any mass media, black men are portrayed as these sex crazed maniacs, lunatics that have to validate themselves by constantly having these casual sexual encounters with whoever lands on their plate. Black, white, fat, skinny, red, yellow, whoever walks on their plate, they are just the black men's masculinity is defined by how many women they can smash. It's really sad. Not their masculinity isn't defined by how many lives they can save, how many people they can, how much help they can give to the community. No. And the manosphere tickles their ear and removes any amount of responsibility from them. Just like the slave master. The slave master removed responsibility of taking care of the children, of the black children, from the black man. He removed that responsibility from you. Right? So you can have as many children as you want. You was never going to be asked to take care of those children. Right? Just like the government can take care of your children today. You can have as many of them as you want, 20, 30, 40. The government has removed your responsibility from you. Go ahead, Negro, I'll take over. Have another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Keep on going. I need those Social Security numbers so that I can borrow money from China. I can go to China and say, see, we got another one. According to this formula, we got this many Social Security numbers. This amount of those, this percentage of those people are going to pay taxes in the future. Therefore, you can lend us this money because we're going to be able to pay the interest on that money. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me, man. Green Bigot said, yeah, we say the same thing. We just different. I know. We probably are Green Bigot. Shout out to the Green Bigot. Brother Dale says, they will call you a simp to claim you love bombing. Might as well smash. They can't all lie, bro. No, bro. It's time for us to be as men. Or either we going to be men, or either we going to be men, or we going to be like you say. This is my boy. Check out my boy. This is my boy. We going to stay boys. Right? One thing you never hear the white man say is, this is my boy. Who you hear saying that? Only black men say, grown black men say, this is my boy. Right? We used to say, this is my man back in the day. Hey, this is my man. Now we've been reduced to boys. Or dog. We dogs. It's sad, and we don't even see it. We don't even see it. Why? Because this society makes it okay for you as a black man to be a raving lunatic, a sexual, uncontrollable, sexual, impulsive, just a maniac, right? Every woman you see, you about to, have some type of sexual convulsion because you can't control yourself. That's your role in America. You're supposed to be this uncontrollable, impulsive, sexual lunatic that cannot stop whatever he's doing because a woman walked by with a skirt on. But we don't get it. We don't get it. Brother Dale said, no, black men masculinity is defined by their children's lives and how well they take care of their family. Not in today's society, Brother Dale. They're out here telling you you're a good man if you take care of your children. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you you're a good man if you take care of your wife, you take care of your woman, the woman in your life. They call you a simp. Hey, I buy my wife a car. They call me a simp for buying my wife a car. They call me a simp buy my wife a house. You a simp, right? And those guys got the ears of the young guys out there. How are we gonna turn this thing around when we got guys out there telling these young men, you a simp for taking care of your wife, taking care of your family? I mean, we got to do something about that. Brother Doman says divestors are silly. White supremacist male culture is predicated is predicated a fear of the proliferation of black phenotype. Well, here's the problem. I mean, just a sidebar. The problem that the divestors have is, unfortunately for them, is that the black female is only going to have black children. So they have to figure a way around that. Now that is a tough one to get around. But black women are going to have what are called mixed babies if they have children with other than black men. They, unfortunately, for the person that's the man that's with them, they still bring that strong black gene to the party. So the baby's gonna come out what they call mixed, right? But if it's mixed, it's considered black in this country, right? Now that is something that most white men, in particular, they want a child that kind of has that's gonna be able to pass down their traits, their physical traits to that person, right? Most of them. Some white people don't care. You know, we got guys like Hawkeye over here, and so they don't care. Hey, as long as baby's cool, I don't care. As long as baby's healthy, they don't care, right? Guys like Hawkeye, they don't care. But that's Hawkeye. In my opinion, Hawkeye does not represent most white guys. Most white guys are gonna want a baby that's gonna look like, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, right? That is what most men want. Most men want a baby, a child that's going to progenitate their family line, their gene pool, right? But the black woman is going to destroy that in every case except for the black man. She can give you healthy babies. They're just gonna be black. They're just gonna be mixed, which is gonna be considered black. So that is an unfortunate situation for the divestors that they have to. That's why the white woman is at such a high premium in the white community, because she's the only one that can deliver a white baby. That's why even in a busted state, she can still deliver that white baby. So, but anyway, I don't want to get into the divestors, man. You know, shout out to the divestors. Have at it, man. If you can figure a way around that one, then have at it. You know what I'm saying? Or you find a white guy that's just like, F it, you know, I don't care. I just want a healthy baby. Good for you. I don't believe that that's most white men. That's why I feel like, hey, you know, we need to work together, because I don't think that you can just go on a field and compete with that. I don't think it's going to be very difficult to compete with that. Even as a good-looking black woman, it's going to be difficult for you to compete with a white woman that even if she's busted, she can still deliver that white baby to the white man. Most of it, you know. But anyway, that's all another conversation. Let's talk about black love. Doberman says the idea that there's a large pool of white men eager to make black children is absurd. Absolutely, now I will agree with that, Doberman. Absolutely, man. That is absolutely foolish. There is a small percentage of white guys that don't care, but that pool of guys is nowhere close enough to deal with the divestors. There's nowhere close enough. So I think but hey, you know, that's what they sell each other. Hey man, sell each other on that. You know what I mean? They refer to partially white children as black children because they perceive them as an out group. Well, I mean, that's just the way it is, man. That's just the way people look at any child that has black blood is black. Now they may call them mixed, right? They may call the child mixed. That's a euphemism for black, right? All right, Dale Long says, that man, I have to agree with you, Clarence. Look at how they treat Russell Wilson. Yeah, man. I mean, Russell Wilson, man, he found a woman that actually came to the conclusion that, hey, what I was doing was not, I'm not getting the kind of guy that I want in my life. Let me change the game around. But unfortunately, she had a lot of experience under her belt. She had to go through a lot of experience and get a lot of experience under her belt to do it. But when she came to her senses and said, hey, man, this is my guy. This is my guy. This is the guy I've been looking for. Unfortunately, made a mistake and sat up under some dudes that wasn't worthy of it. But now I see the light. This is my guy. I'm going to treat him with all the bells and whistles that I should, right? Russell Wilson says, damn, first woman that actually treated me like this, I'm going to do everything for her to keep it going. And it's a yin and a yang. See, that's what relationships are. They're yin and a yang. You do for me, I do for you. You do for me, I do for you. You do for me, I do for you. It's a yin and a yang. But like you said, Daryl, they drag Russell Wilson for being a good husband. They drag him. This is how crazy we are. This is how crazy we are. They drag the man, man. They drag the man around for being a good husband, for being there for his wife, right? Why? Because that don't fit the manosphere. That don't fit the manosphere ideology or narrative that, the black woman is this, sex pot that's willing to sleep with anybody and they daddy that will come along, and just because of the money, they don't follow that narrative, right? I'm sure, what attracted Ciara to Russell Wilson, one of the things that attracted her to him was that he was a solid dude financially, right? I mean, that's attractive to anybody, right? A financially solid dude, that's going to be attractive to any woman. But the black woman is looked at as, because she's attracted to a financially solid dude, she's a gold digger. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Green Vegan says, men have to teach men, but most male speakers are toxic and teach black men to hate black women. Here I am teaching, Green Vegan. Only 9 people here, right? Because this ain't the narrative. If you go over to the mothership, they got 1,000 people. They have 1,000 people on a live stream over there talking about how evil and wicked the black woman is. They have 1,000 guys over there. They have 1,000 people over there, women included, saying, "Amen. Go, Anton, go. Go, Anton, go." I don't even go on those platforms no more. I don't even. You say, Brother Clarence, why you don't go on these platforms and go and confront them? For what? For what? They can't even handle chaotic truth over there. I would destroy chaotic truth in a logical talk. I would destroy him. They can't even handle chaotic. They can't even handle chaotic. Why would I go over there where I'm just going to be chaotic? At least speaks to their narrative, right? Chaotic is willing to say whatever, in my opinion. Shout out to chaotic, but he's willing to say whatever to make friends wherever, right? Wherever he sees fit. He's a mathematician. He's not a loyalist. He's a calculating mathematician. So he'll say whatever he needs to say to get in wherever he needs to get into. But me, I'm trying to teach. I'm trying to teach. That's why I say, y'all, just share. Just share. I ain't trying to, you see me? I'm not buying subscribers. I'm just trying to get us to share. If we just share, then maybe share some of these lectures. Maybe we can change some minds. These young black dudes don't want to hear what I got to say because I don't speak into the narrative. See, what they want is casual sex minus the responsibility. Green Vegan. That's what they want. They want people to come into this situation and say, Go have all the casual sex you want, and you don't have to be responsible for this woman's mental state. If you dog her, you don't have to worry about that because she's a woman. She's a black woman. She's supposed to be dogged. She's supposed to be a hood rat. She's supposed to be flipped on a car hood. She's supposed to be. Unless she do some mystical, magical thing in your presence, you're supposed to look at her as just being another hood rat. What happened to us teaching our sisters? We catch them out there in hood ratness and we just drop a word on them. Okay, sis, I understand you out here doing your thing, but you know what I mean? Maybe there's a better way to go. Just a simple word. We don't even do that, right? We don't even do that, right? Because we have been infected with this bourgeoisie thinking, right? I'm better than this black person, right? That's what the bourgeoisie was created for. The bourgeoisie, as Minister Farrakhan said, was created to be a buffer between white people and poor blacks. They had to create a bourgeoisie class where these group of black people said, I'm better than you. And they would take the arrows that would come for white supremacy. The bourgeoisie class will take those arrows. And they will fight the fight of the white supremacy class. Oh, the brother's preaching today. Brother Dillman says the manosphere does not call men simps for being kind to black women. Oh, yes, they do. Doberman, come on now. Gotta tell the truth, brother. They do. They do. The manosphere chastises black men who give without commensurate benefit to black women. They do that as well. They do that as well. I gotta agree with you on the second part of that statement, Brother Doman. But no, man, they will go after men that do things for their wives. I have seen them and heard them. Guys like Russell Wilson, Umar Johnson, Boyce Watkins, etc., are chastised because they perpetuate a paradigm where black women mate with one type and then demand another type to clean up the mess. It doesn't matter, brother. It doesn't matter. The mess that's being cleaned up is caused by the black men. That's the thing. And those black men got Russell Wilson, Umar Johnson, Boyce Watkins, they're grown men. Man, if they want, you got grown men out here right now, Doberman. I'm out here in Los Angeles. I'm about 10 blocks away from a street called Figueroa. You got grown men in the daylight out there buying women out there on Figueroa right now. About 10 blocks away from me right now. Right? And most of them are black women. Right? I would say 99% of them are black women. But instead of y'all being in an uproar about dudes buying women, y'all talking about Russell Wilson, Umar Johnson, and Boyce Watkins? They're not even a 0.001% of the men that's out there buying vagina out there right now. But y'all spend all your time talking about Russell Wilson, Umar Johnson, and Boyce Watkins, etc. I don't get it. I don't get it, Sister Annie. What's going on? Help me, y'all. Help me understand. Brother Doman said that's the issue, Brother Clarence. Black women are overwhelmingly choosing to destroy themselves with unsavory men. Why? Because the men aren't nothing. They can't connect with no men because men won't connect with them unless it's a sexual experience. You're not hearing me, brother. These men won't connect with, see, they don't have men like me and my granddaughter. There's no sexual nothing there, man. I'm in her life because I love her. I want her to have the best. She don't have to, man, my granddaughter can come around me and don't have to worry about this weird feeling of, see, but black women don't have that anymore. They don't have men in their lives that are not sexually interested in them, that's willing to try to help them and guide them, show them what real men look like. That's the issue, brother. So the only way they can get that information, they're gonna have to have sexual encounters with men, because there are no men that's gonna have non-sexual encounters with them unless they work with them or something. Every other man, and even the men that work with them, are probably gonna be trying to have sex with them. So most of our women are out here, and to learn how to deal with men, they have to get into sexual encounters to learn how to deal with men. They don't have men in their lives that's giving them non-sexual attention. Why? Because the Manosphere said that if you give a woman non-sexual attention, you a simp. And don't tell me they didn't say that, brother Doberman. Oh, you can't tell me that. That you know that to be true. Shout out to Doberman. Shout out to Doberman. He always pushes, man, but he make it sound so good. His pushback always sounds so good. Disease, children, mental abuse, and then demanding high value man to clean things up. Yeah, I agree. That is a stretch. That is a stretch. But the point is, why? And if the high value man decide, let's say high value man decide to clean that mess up, so what? That's his business, right? That's his business. If a high value man decide, I'm gonna be with this woman, even though she got all these children by another man, even though she got this, that's his business. How is that our business to deal? How is that our business? If you don't want to do that, don't do it. I don't suggest no man get with no woman that has a high body count and a bunch of different children without that woman has to be so special. Same thing for a woman. I wouldn't suggest no woman get with a dude that had 10 or 15 children by 10 or 15 different women. What do you think he's going to do with you? Unless he has changed his game and you could see the change in his game. Y'all don't hear me. Shout out to Big Rig Slabs in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Big Rig said, man, bro, see, that's a fact that you are telling these black men, keep doing what you're doing. I'm not young, but I still listen to them jewels, man. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you, Big Rig. Big Rig is the other half of that show I've been telling y'all about. The hottest new show in town. It's called Easily Rigged. If you haven't already subscribed to Knowledge and Relationships, go over there so you can get notified when Easily Rigged comes out. Big Rigs and Be Easy are over there, man. And I'm telling you, man, it's the hottest show. And you know, man, to get my stamp of approval, my bar is high, right? My bar is high. So for these young brothers to get my stamp of approval, man, you know what I'm saying, go check them out. Check them out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But these brothers, go check out Easily Rigged over there on Knowledge and Relationships. Shout out to Knowledge and Relationships. Definitely check it out. It's the hottest new show out there, in my opinion. All right, Big Rig says, damn, you telling the truth. I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. We trying to put the truth out here. You know what I mean? Green Big said that statement wants to make me cry. Men start off sweet and always turn sexual, always. You know what? Unfortunately, Green Vegan, that's the way it is. Why? Because we got people in the manosphere telling them, hey, you are a fool. If you go out here and spend your sexual time with a woman, then something's wrong with you, right? Right? Who told us that? Who told us that? The slave master. The slave master wouldn't even let us get together unless we was having sex. Come on, somebody, talk to me. Talk back to me. Talk back to me. Slave master wouldn't even let you get together unless you were having sex with somebody. Your mama, your sister, your daughter. Come on, talk back to me. Come on, talk back to me. Tell me I'm lying. So you learn that. You learn that. You learn that. You accepted your role. You, black man, you accepted your role in this world as what was Ken Norton? Mandingo. You accept your role as Mandingo. I'm here. I'm supposed to be the sexual dynamo. This sexual dynamo that's constantly, always at a ready's notice to have sex and throw away and throw away everything that's in my life of importance just to have a roll in the hay with whoever. It's sad. We can't even see a poor little sister out of here on the street needing some help or something. Just give her a word. I don't want to dig in my pocket giving them money. Okay, don't dig in your pocket giving them money. Give her a word. Or brother, give them a word. Hey, brother, you don't have to be out on the street. There's places you can go. That's how much does that cost? Hey, sis, there's a place up here where they're giving away food. So they don't do it. So they don't jump up right away. We as black people, we want everybody to jump up right away. They're not going to jump up right away. Look at Jesus, man. Look how many people. Jesus, man. Only 12 people got it. Only 12 people got it. Out of supposedly so many people that he talked to, only 12 of them got it. Right? Everybody else he was talking to, they was like in and out with it. Oh, you got fish? Oh, now I'm listening to you. Oh, you got bread? Now I'm listening to you. Oh, okay. I listen to you as long as you're giving me something. Right? But them 12 disciples, they was the only ones that was like, hey, they heard this man talking, they popped the light, they said, hey, you the man I've been looking for. I get what you're saying. I thought that. But I never heard nobody say that. I can relate. I had the same experiences when I heard Minister Farrakhan speak for the first time. I said, what? I said, hey, I've been here. I've been thinking this, but this is the first time I heard somebody actually say it. Right? I understand that's philosophy, but unfortunately, a lot of our young guys have the same experience when they listen to the manosphere, right? They listen to a guy like O'Shea or the Angry Man or any one of those guys, Kevin Samuels or any one of those guys. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Any one of those guys, and they say, "Hey, you the one I've been looking for. I've been trying to figure out a way to have remove responsibility from sex, and you are the one that have come to deliver me. You have delivered me from that situation." Right? Dobie says, many of the black men I work around in STEM, finance, law, etc. These dudes are either in interracial relationships, single with black women in low quantity. Why is that? I'm going to tell you why that is, Brother Dobie. Now, you said you're in Canada, so I'm going to qualify it by saying this is probably something that's unique to Canada. But I don't think it's a lot of black women in Canada. I would say that. Would you agree? I think you would agree with that, Brother Dobie. Now, if you want to bring it across, bring it back to the U.S., in the U.S., I would say the reason why that is because that being with black women typically is going to be a challenge in a lot of cases. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black women have been hurt. But a lot of black women have been hurt by the age of 10 or 12 years old. Man, they've had all kind of different sexual experiences, or people trying to do sexual things to them. You think these black women gonna tell you, oh, I almost got arped, I almost got molested, I almost got this, I almost had this happen, I almost had that. You think they're gonna tell you that? No, most of them are not gonna tell you that, especially when they first meet you. Why? Because most women that'll tell you something like that up front, most of us as men, what? We'll be like Jesse Owens out of there. Pew! Gone, right? Because we know the effect that's going to have on their mentality. So we'll just jet. So the woman, in an attempt to appear like they don't have any issues, they won't say anything. And then when they get more comfortable with you, and you start seeing them displaying bouts of incompetence, they'll to try to explain it by saying, "This, I had this experience happening. This, I had this happen. I had that happen," because they feel like you're more into them, and you're not gonna just drop them and run, right? But most black men don't want no a challenging relationship. They can't handle even being questioned. Most black men, they can't even handle being questioned in a relationship, right? Unless they got a woman of another race. Now, a woman of another race could come into a black man's life and question him. Hey, brother, how come you didn't pay this? How come you didn't do this? How come you didn't do that? Why you don't have your degree? A woman of another race can do it, and a black man will try to explain. But if a black woman come up and say, "Hey, brother, how come you don't have this going on? How come you don't have that?" I think you had the intelligence to do it, but how come you didn't? How come you? He'll be saying, "What?" He will get offended. You don't hear me. You don't hear me. Same thing with the black woman. Black man asks her something. Hey, how come you got so many bodies? What? You can't ask me that. What do you think you doing? Right? White boy say the same thing. Hey, you got a lot of experience. What's going on with that? Well, I had this. She'll explain. We inside out and upside down. We're inside out and upside down, man. We are really inside upside. I told y'all, man. I had a boss that when we used to mess up, he would say, "You guys are more mixed up than a dog's breakfast." Right? Like a dog, the dogs eat anything that's all, and it'll be all over the place, right? He's like, "You guys are more mixed up than a dog." That's us. We more mixed up than a dog's breakfast, man. We just all over the road, right? Doing everything we shouldn't do and none of the things we should do, right? B said women want sex just as much as, if not more than men. Yeah, they do. See, but that's not the issue, Be Easy. I know they do. They do exactly. But the issue becomes who has a bigger influence on the other. We as men have the bigger influence. We have enormously more huger influence on women than women have on us. Now, I'm not saying they don't have a big influence on us, but I'm saying we can totally affect the rest of this woman's life. A man, yeah, we'll be in the dumps for a minute, but we can snap out of it, right? A lot of times women can't, man. A lot of times women will carry those experiences forward. That's why it's better for her to have a lower body count because she has less experiences. It's hard for her to get rid of those experiences. Now, how can she get rid of those experiences? Be easy. That's where we come into the cleanse. B says sex shops and toys are mostly marketed to who? Absolutely, to women, to the females. And I would say older females. You don't have to market that stuff to younger females. Younger females don't need that stuff. You have to market that stuff to older females. But why? Why? Well, let me tell you the cold hard truth about relationships, especially in the black community. In the black community, women are being told that once they get a man to marry them, that it's over. Their work is over a lot of times. Their work is over. They don't have to constantly produce the effect of arousal, right? They don't have to constantly try to keep the arousal at a certain level so that sex can continue. Half of the problem of erectile dysfunction for most men is the arousal of their partner. Their partner is no longer interested in creating the effect of arousal in the relationship. But we've been married 30 years. So what? You still have to arouse this man. I would give y'all some science now. The penis is predicated on the effect of arousal, right? There must be arousal. And as your man gets older and more responsibilities get on him, arousal becomes highly more important than when you're 20 years old. You don't need that much of it. You don't need a lot of arousal at that point, right? You're 22 years old, 23, 28. You don't need a lot of arousal. You need some, but not a lot. You get to 48, 45, you get to 48, 50, 55, 60 years old, arousal is going to play a key part in an erection. Erections. Your erection is going to play a arousal, right? So what women want to do is they want to say, hey, it's not me. See, I feel like I'm arousal, right? But you're only using your vision. You're not asking this man what he feels is going to arouse him and willing to walk into that, right? You just telling yourself, hey, I'm already arousing. I'm already arousing. Right? It's like those women that used to tell Kevin Samuels, I'm a 10, right? You're looking at him going, what is this girl talking about? Right? Rate yourself from 1 to 10. I'm a 10. No, you're not. You may be in your own vision, but what counts is what other people think about what you are, right? That's what counts, right? All right. So same thing with women, but unfortunately, black women a lot of times will say to themselves, I don't have to continue, creating this effective arousal. Therefore, he should just automatically get an erection just because I'm me. I got a vagina. So therefore, because I present a vagina, therefore, the arousal should be there. Yeah, at 20 years old, yeah. At 30 years old, yeah. Start rounding up in the 40, 45, got to bring more to the table than that. Now you got to bring more to the table than that. Can't just be a vagina. It's got to be, you got to set the stage of arousal. Whoa! Am I teaching today? I'm teaching today. So women will encourage you to go get Cialis or Viagra because instead of them creating, repairing the effect of the arousal that was once there and enhancing the arousal, instead of them having to do that work, what they say is, hey, let's get you this pill. And in lieu of me doing the work that I would need to do to fix the arousal component of our sex life, let's just get you a pill that turns you into another maniac that gives you about 4 or 5 hours of maniacal arousal and erection. Therefore, I don't have to do no work. I'm just talking, y'all. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Brother Clarence. I'm just talking. Big Rick said, no, man. No, she's talking to Green. Big Rick says, easily rigged. June 14th. Yee, June 14th. June 14th, Juneteenth. We'll go over there and check out Easily Rigged, man. That is a hot show, y'all. Be Easy said, women start off sweet and then turn convincing, conniving, always, allegedly. Everybody plays games. I'm going to tell you this much, Be Easy. Everybody puts their best foot forward in a relationship in the beginning, right? And as the relationship, as time goes on, the layers that it's hard to keep the facade up, right? So layers of the facade start falling off. As time goes on, layers of the facade start falling off. This person is on time all the time, right? After they get comfortable with you and they know that you are not going to just drop them at the drop of a hat, now they start being late. First they 5 minutes late. Then they 10 minutes late. Then they 20 minutes late. See? Everybody puts their best foot forward, right? In the beginning of a relationship, right? In the beginning of a relationship, a woman's like, yeah, whatever you say. Yeah, you're right. Whatever you say. As relationships start going on, their feminism start coming out. Nope. It should be this way, I don't need no man to protect me. That's why I don't need no man to do nothing for me. Right? That stuff starts coming out. You go like, wait a minute, I never heard that stuff before. Appreciate you too, Big Riggs. Appreciate you too, brother. Be easy. What you talking about? Be easy. Easy. Be easy. Ouch. Dover said the women of other races are more cooperative, Brother Clarence. I wouldn't know, but I'm sure you probably might be right, Brother Dover. I wouldn't know. I've never been in a relationship with any other woman but black women. Not because I didn't try, but just it never happened, never worked out. You just said it. These black women are not cooperative. But why, Dover? That's what I'm saying. They're not. They may not be cooperative, but that's because there's no men around. There's no men to give them non-sexual cues on how to be around men. There's no men. Every man in around them to find out how to be around men, they got to be involved with them sexually. So that's going to reduce the amount of dudes being around them, and they're going to see almost every man as a bloodthirsty, out of control sex maniac, right? Unfortunately, that's not the case. Well, fortunately, that's not the case. Fortunately, women from anti-black backgrounds are more willing to cooperate. No excuse for that. Brother, the reason why they're willing to cooperate because they have men in their lives that's not trying to have sex with them at every turn. That's the point. They learn how to communicate and be around men in a non-sexual environment. Black women don't have that issue. Black women don't have that luxury a lot of times, right? Almost every man, and even sometimes their family members are trying to have sex with them. Come on, talk back to me. Talk back to me. Even sometimes their family members are trying to have sex with them. They got no escape, or they go into foster care. The foster parents are trying to have sex with them. The other foster kids are trying to have sex with them. Come on. Come on. Black females are the most at risk. They say Native Americans are the most at risk. But I believe maybe per capita they are. But in the non if we discount the reservations, black women are absolutely by far, black females are by far the most likely to have some type of sexual misconduct happen to them. By far. By far. By far. I was just looking at a study. It says black women are 2.5 times more likely to have some type of sexual misconduct happen to them in their lifetime than any other race of woman. That is from RAINN.org. Come on, bro. and who's doing most of this assaulting and misconduct to black women? Who? White men? They doing some, but a very small portion. Everybody else, Latinos, a very small portion. Who's doing a major portion of this misconduct to black women? Come on, dog. I mean, come on, my man. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me, y'all. Give me a stat that proves me wrong. Black Green Vicar says it's hard to breathe in this chat now. Bye, peace and love. Thanks for the combo. I hear Green Vicar, but hey, we just tell the truth over here. We try to push the truth. Hope to see you again. All right, so yeah, man. They are, but they have experiences with men, Brother Doberman, that give them a position where they have people that are willing to invest in them, right? They have men that are not that don't make them have to exchange sex for them having the experience of being around men and seeing how men move and how they should move in relationship to those movements, right? Black women don't typically have that, right? Any man that comes around them is typically going to be trying to have sex with them. So they're going to usually have to trade sex for just being around men to see how men move and see how to be around men. So they're going to make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes. Why? Because we as men are not out there. We not out there. We not out there with an encouraging word. We not out there. And those of us that are out there with an encouraging word, black men, do black women really want to hear us? Do black women really want to hear us? No. They done gotten so used to the manosphere stuff. They want to hear the manosphere. They think the manosphere is right. I'm telling you, man, the state of black love it's in shambles. It's in shambles. Black women are looking for love in all the wrong places. Black women out here, where y'all looking for love at? The bar, the club, right? Online dating, right? But Claire, I had a woman, and shout out to the Oracle. It wasn't the Oracle, it was somebody else. Let me stop lying on the Oracle. It wasn't the Oracle, it was somebody else. Sister told me there ain't no men out here. I said, there's plenty of men out here. Plenty of men out here. Ain't no men out here. There ain't no men, ain't no single men out here. What are you talking about? There's plenty of men out here. Y'all just don't know where to go to find them. Men are everywhere. Good dudes. But see, that's the problem. That's the problem. A lot of y'all don't want good dudes. Y'all like Lori Harvey. You know you still got some griminess in you, and you need somebody to knock that out of you, right? You need a few more years to have a few more not so nice guys knock that griminess out of you. And then once they knock that griminess out of you, then you'll be ready for a guy that really wants to settle down, right? So a good dude like Michael B. Jordan comes along and says, hey, let's take this to the next situation because I'm ready. But you ain't ready. You ain't ready as a female. You ain't ready, man. You know you got some griminess in you. You a nice dude. See, that don't compute to men. Men look at it like this, man. If you got a nice dude, you've been saying all you want is a nice dude your whole life. That's the line that the sisterhood is pushing. I just need a good dude, right? That's the line y'all been pushing. So when you get a nice dude, what happened? What happened? Good looking dude, in shape, got money, got the bag. What don't he have? I'm gonna tell you what he don't got. I'm gonna tell you why she dropped him. Because he ain't got that griminess. She's looking for a dude that's grimy. She got griminess in her, and she knows she needs somebody with some griminess to knock that griminess out of her. And Michael B. Jordan ain't her guy. She needs an animal on that situation, right? Michael B. Jordan is the kind of guy that's going to open her car door for her, pull her seat chair out. She want a dude that she going to be pulling his chair out. She going to be opening his car door, right? They're going to be having these public displays of foolishness where they fighting and hollering and screaming at each other, right? That's what she's looking for, right? She's looking for a guy that's going. Michael B. Jordan is the kind of guy that's going to take her in the bedroom and make love to her. Oh, baby, I love you so much. I love you. You're the sparkle in my eye. I love you. I love you so much. Right? She want a guy that's going to pull her tracks out of her head, right? And put her head into the headboard. Bam, 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 bam. Right? She wants somebody that's gonna knock her ass off the bed and pull her back on the bed, right? Pull her back and she fall off. He gonna grab her ass and pull her right back on, throw her back down, hold her down, constrict her movements, and just give it a long one, right? Until she can't breathe no more, right? And just sit there while she can't breathe. I got a feeling Michael B. Jordan ain't that guy. He's the make love type of guy, right? And there's nothing wrong with making love. No, there's nothing wrong with making love. Hey, because you know what? Sometimes a woman needs that too. Sometimes a woman needs that love making, right? They just need to, to cuddle and have you, slow stroke it and show her that she's loved, right? And then sometimes, hey man, sometimes she needs you to just come in and knock her block off, right? And I'm thinking Michael B. Jordan is not the knock your block off type of guy, right? He's not the guy that's gonna grab her tracks, pull her ears, yeah, right. He's not the guy that's gonna grab her, yeah, and then she can't breathe, right? I don't think so. I think Michael J. Shout out to him. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but I just don't think he is what she is looking for to get, because when you got that kind of griminess in you, you're gonna have to be with a person that can also match that griminess sexually. Did y'all hear what I just said? You're going to have to be with somebody who can match that griminess sexually or exceed it, right? So I don't think, I think in this situation that they was in, I feel like she felt that she had, because of the griminess that she still had in her, she was looking for an animal. She's looking for an animal. I guarantee you the next guy that she be with, he won't be a nice guy at all. At all. She will not move on to another nice guy. She will be with an animal the next time. One of these young rappers that ain't got nothing to lose. That'll be you know what I'm saying? Running in and out of her like like a lady going to a baby shower in Walmart, man. She trying to get every gift. She run in, she run out, she run in, she run back out, run in, run back out. I mean, yeah, that's how he gonna be. But hey, it is what it is, right? Why did he get that? That was a good version of black love, right? For most of us, right? We looked at them and they was such a cute couple. But it goes to show you never know what's going on behind the scenes. Well, I knew what was going on behind the scenes. I don't put it like this. I don't know from her talking to either one of them, but just looking at her behavior, her past behavior, and looking at him as a person, he seemed like a solid dude. I would say a nice guy, but he probably is a nice guy. Probably is a nice guy. And nice guys usually lose, especially. I'm gonna tell you where nice guys always lose is in the bedroom. They always lose in the bedroom. Nice guys lose in the bedroom because if a woman says, "Hey, you need to pull my hair, you need to spank my ass, or you need to do this," they'll do it like lightly. I don't want to hurt you, right? But Killer Red, you know what I'm saying? Those dudes, when he slap her ass, she's gonna go flying into the headboard, right? He's gonna grab her back, pull her right back where she was, lock her down, and then proceed. And sometimes women like that. Sometimes some women appreciate that. Some women see that as, hey, now we talking our same language. See? And I don't think Lori Harvey was ready to give up that type of sexual communication, right? I'm sure they had nice sexual communication, right? He was very nice to her. He was very like, oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, this is good. That's why they call it love language, but it's really, to me, it's sexual communication. You got to be able to. You got to be speaking the same. You can't be speaking sexual English to a person speaking sexual Chinese. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Shout out to Jay Takashi. If you haven't already subscribed to Jay Takashi, go on over to check out Jay Takashi and chill out session over there. All right, we got to be talking the same sexual communication. We got to be communicating on the same level, right? And I think Lori Harvey. Oh, Clarence, you reading into that too much. No. I think Lori Harvey sexually. I'm good, Brother Jay. Thank you, man. I'm gonna put the link out and give me about a half an hour. Brother Vaughn, good to see you in the building, my brother. All right, I'm gonna give you about another half hour, another 20 minutes. I'm gonna finish up, and then I'm gonna open it up for the open panel. All right, so you got to be talking the same sexually communicating on the same level, on the same language, and I don't think those two were communicating sexually on the same level, in my opinion. I think Lori Harvey was communicating at a way higher level, but you know, as like most women feel like they have to concede sex or the sex at the level they wanted at with the a good dude. So if you're a good dude, then I got to accept the fact that you're not going to be coming in and speaking the same sexual language as me, right? I want a more intense experience, and you as a nice guy, you don't want to give me that experience because you don't want to hurt me. You think I'm a flower, right? You think I'm a flower, right? The female trying to tell you, I know I'm a flower, but I don't want to be a flower right now. See, she don't have to tell them the street dudes. She don't have to tell street dudes she don't want to be a flower. They're not gonna treat her like a flower. They're gonna ransack her, right? Right? When they get done with her, she's gonna look like a bus hitter, right? She's gonna be like walking around like, what happened, right? What happened, right? Oh man. But Michael B. Jordan. So what's the lesson from that? What's the lesson from that? It's not only about treating a person right, it's about getting on the same page with them in the whole experience. See, you can treat somebody right. You can treat somebody good. You can treat somebody good. Look at this thing with Michael B. Jordan. You can treat somebody well. You can be a nice guy. You can be in with the family. None of that ain't gonna matter if you ain't speaking the same sexual languages as the female, right? In my opinion, he just was too nice. He's just too nice of a guy right now. She's not ready to deal with. She still got some grittiness in her, and she needs somebody. She needs an animal. She needs an animal, an inconsiderate animal. See, Michael B. Jordan was considerate. Oh, baby, are you hurt? I didn't mean to hit you that hard. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I didn't mean to push you that hard. He seemed like that type of dude to me. Not soft, but just, more concerned about her, right? And during the sexual experience. Oh, I don't want to hit you. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Whereas opposed to street dude, yeah, right? She gonna hit her head on the headboard. She gonna go off the bed. She gonna. He don't care. He's gonna put her right back in place, right? He's gonna scoop her up off the floor, drop her right there where she's supposed to be at, and get right back to work. Yeah, right. So you got to speak the same sexual language, and you got to figure that out, right? Because a lot of women ain't gonna tell you. So how do you figure that out? Let's do that one. Let's do that one, and I'm gonna open it up for y'all. Y'all tell me, how do we figure out if we talking the same sexual language as a woman? How do we figure that out? As and is that something that's possible? Is that something that's possible? Let me bring y'all up, man. Let me bring y'all into the fray. Let me bring y'all into the fray. Because I want to know, man. I want to know. What, how do I know? How do I know if the woman is sexually getting around with, oh, well, Clarence, she's making all these noises. Really? You know, women are good actresses, man. They can fake a lot of stuff, man. They can do a lot of stuff. They can make you think that it's going one way when it's going the other way, right? They can say, hey, man, you know, you know what I'm saying? This thing is, I know we said it was going this way, but it's going the other way, right? Brother Jay.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
All right, brother. You in the building, man. Good to see you, Jay. Jay, how do we know if we speak in the same language as a woman in our life, man? How do we know that?
As the woman? Okay, there we go. I thought you said as a woman. I'm like, that's not going. I won't be able to answer that one. But
No.
yeah, I got it. The honestly, I have to go by what my personal experience, but also by just information I've gathered through my through dating women and understanding them. It's just a matter of like understanding signals, understanding women who are willing to open up with you, and really. And I tell men, I don't tell all men, but I tell the men this: dude, listen, really pay attention to what they be saying. Some dudes don't do that. Some dudes do that. I can understand if it's the ones that you're dealing with in the club you want to listen to. That's fine. Go ahead. But I don't meet my girls in the club, dumbasses. I meet them in the library. I meet them out on like casual work, or like the gym, or casual setting places that you would meet ladies at. And the thing is, normally sometimes I just be keeping to myself. I don't have to approach any of them sometimes. Sometimes a few of them talk to me. And that's just because I'm just minding my own business, not skulking, and just really pay attention to what they're trying to tell me whenever they talk to me. And the thing is, I always stay on topic. I can stir up a conversation. That's not hard for me at all. It's just light work. More often than not, the hard part comes when they're speaking in their language towards you.
Well,
and how you respond to it. Go ahead, sir.
Interrupt you, Jay. Okay, because what I get what you're saying, but what I'm really talking about is, let me set it up. Michael B. Jordan and Lloyd Harvey, they just broke up. I'm sure you're aware of that. Okay, right. So in my opinion, everything laid on the table on paper, she should have locked him down on paper, right? But for whatever reason, she said, no, I'm not ready to lock you in yet. I'm not ready to lock you in. So to me, that tells me that there's something other than what's on the surface going on. So in my opinion, it's a sexual issue where he is a nice guy. He's speaking one language sexually, and she's speaking another language sexually. And she just decided that, hey, I need to find somebody that speaks the same language as me. That's in my opinion. In other words, Michael B. Jordan would seem like the type of guy that would, if she says slap me on my ass, he'd just tap it. He wouldn't leave no mark or nothing, right? And she probably wasn't. She probably had dating the kind of guy she dated. She kind of wants somebody to really, do it the way she would have done, right? So my point is, they were talking two different sexual languages. He was a nice guy in the bedroom, I'm sure, because he seems like a nice guy. And I'm sure he's probably a nice guy in the bedroom, meaning that, sex okay, but it's not as grimy as she wanted. She's used to grimy dudes, so
I
she
know
wants it as
I know what
grimy.
you mean. Like, I would say like I came on I'm gonna quote a line out of freaking R. Kelly, like more bump and grind than it is lovable, more affectionate. She wants less affectionate type sex, and he
Yeah,
was about giving her affectionate. I know exactly what you
there
mean.
you go. Okay, there you
Yeah,
go.
so
So Jackie,
that type
question.
of sex language. Yeah, I know what you meant.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So having that kind of reference, frame of reference, brother, how do I know if this woman and me are on the same page sexually? How
You
do
said,
I
how
know?
do you
Maybe,
know? Okay.
yeah,
It
yeah. How would I know? Or what's some
honestly by
things that would
figuring
lead
out
me to
really
believe
what
that?
her kinks are. I'm gonna be real about that, cause oh man, I'm about to throw my shit on the table. Fuck. Oh man, brother Clarence.
We
I,
family, brother.
I,
We family.
I, I, I've been truthful with you guys for the most of the time, so I guess I might still be truthful, not lie. Okay, so yeah, at least most of the sisters that I had dated all the time, they were into some kinky stuff, and it was just a matter of me just listening to them. But I had to kind of read. You have to body language read things, and when I did that, they were more comfortable with me doing it to them because maybe a I won't say lover, previous partner did that, but I could do it maybe a little bit better, and it was something that I guess they were comfortable with doing with me. Because it was like the last guy there was like, oh, I couldn't trust him to do it. He seemed a little too off-putting, and he couldn't ease me into it. You kind of like ease me into it more often than not because it seems like you're like a go-getter, like just straightforward and just go for it. But the thing is, I know like okay, I can't I can't freaking give you the dragon ride, sweetheart. Like if you don't if you're not privy to it. So I have to kind of ease you into it a bit, and then after that, I'll go full force. Because I've always said not every girl, even whether she be a sister or not, can like go handle certain things off rip. You got like I said,
Okay.
you got to kind of have to ease them into it. Now, if it's someone say, I want to try this, all right, um, you prep for it. That's the best thing I can say. Have you prepped for it or anything like that? Because like I said, there's gonna be certain steps you're gonna need to take in order for us to like get that going because it's not something you can just ease right into. Like I said, it's a not a super slow process, brother Clarence. It's like mid-level. You you test it out slowly, see if it feels well, and if it feels great to you, all right, you can go full force at that point.
Okay. Okay.
And
So,
I've done
but
it with a few of these. So like I said, I wasn't scared of anything. It was just more so I'm worried about their safety a little bit. Like I'm not a nice guy in that sense, but I do care about you. So your safety does mean a lot to me. It's just a
but see,
matter
that's
of
what I'm
me.
saying.
Once you give me the okay signal, then I'm good to go.
Okay. So,
Oh, go
but
ahead, brother.
I'm saying when a woman like Lori Harvey, in my opinion, these are just my opinion. In my opinion, a woman like that, they don't want you to see if she's okay, right? There's certain type of woman
Right.
that's so grimy that they don't want you to see if they're okay. Don't check on me. Just do what you came here to do, right? Do your assigned job, assigned task, right? Don't
Yes,
just
sir.
so in my opinion, she's that type of woman where even though you care about her, you can't show it until after the session is over with, right?
Exactly.
Because they want an animal on their job, and I think that's where he was lacking in that regard because he had everything going for him, right? He had money,
He
he
was.
was good looking, he was good looking, he was in shape. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he had a good bright future. He had everything going for him. He was a nice person. He was a decent guy from all accounts. Everything going for him. What else could it possibly be? What else could it possibly be? And she didn't need no. She ain't hurt for
For
money.
me, I think well, yeah, I mean, she don't need his money or anything like that, but I think it was just a matter of like I would say incompatibility in that sense, but at the same, I would have to say that maybe that's why he had to drop her because of that sense. But also, she's more used to the future, the future type archetype. That's what she's used to,
That's what I'm saying.
and
That's what I'm
she's
saying.
used to that wild off the walls type of
That's
settings
my
as
point.
opposed to the calm nature that Michael B. Jordan is. Because Michael B. Jordan
That's my
is
point.
really above those guys, to be honest. I guess it's just
Right.
more. I guess I speak to it more of his atmosphere is different from theirs, and
Right.
she wasn't accustomed to that. That's what it was. She, like I said, bump and grind. That's what she's used to. Watching out those type of guys, not the pleasant nature Michael B. Jordan has. Because
Right.
trust me, we know many women, just like the Will Smith thing, who would go for Michael B. Jordan. Like we ain't stupid here. They would like yes.
Right.
They wouldn't say
In a
no. I can
heartbeat.
promise you
In a
that.
heartbeat. In a heartbeat. They'll go
Yes.
after him in a heartbeat. Right. But he's out there with he's messed with and there's nothing wrong with Lori Harvey saying I don't want to be with him. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing
But
wrong
she's
with a woman
probably
saying, "Hey, I'm not ready
not
to
ready.
get married." But huh?
No. I agree with you. I
Yeah,
said she's probably not ready to be a wife, sir. And that's fair.
yeah. And she's definitely not ready to be a wife under his tutelage. But she's definitely not ready to be a wife. Period. Right? Because in my
Mhm.
opinion, like I said, she got some griminess. She got some griminess left in her, and she needs somebody that's gonna come in and knock that out of her. Right? She needs
Yeah.
some grimy dudes, like you said, like future type dudes. That's just gonna come in there and just knock her block off for a few years. And after she
Hmm.
gets her block knocked off for a few years, then she'll be like, okay, I got that out of my system. Now I'm ready. I'm looking for somebody who's willing to, deal with me, right? Carousel is over now.
Crazy.
I'm ready to deal with it. Hold on, brother Jay.
Okay.
Shout out to Risa Neal. Shout out to Risa Neal. Glad to have you in the building, sis. Anybody who any of you guys out there want to join the conversation and add to the mix, we out here. I put the link out there. All right, so Jay.
Oh, I'm
Jay,
here.
yeah.
I'm here, sir. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I hear you. What,
All right.
in your opinion, what is the state of black love, man? Where do you think we are with black love?
Oh, Vaughn, you're gonna tear me a new one. Honestly, damn, I don't want to say it's dead, but I gotta be real, not lie. I think similar to the Black Eyed Peas songs, "Where's the Love?" Honestly, where I agree, I don't think there is any love, and then I think the last love there is like maybe a few people out there, is what I would say. Like it's like small and it's like a minority it's like minute as hell. It would just be like I said, the minority is what it is. It's not as big as it is right now. Um, I
Right.
think it's been off the tracks for a long time, and I don't know if it could ever go back to what it is. I'm not saying I don't know. I personally don't think it's ever going to go back to the way it is. And guys, y'all can't blame me for saying that until I see more besides my friends outside of my group. Y'all got to convince me otherwise. And I'm talking about just strictly U.S. If I went out of U.S., yeah, there's black love. But right now we're talking about the U.S.
Right.
Here, it's like shoot. I'm not even counting celebrities. I'm talking about besides the celebrities, guys. I'm talking about actual our people in our communities. It'd be more my grandmother, my parents. After that, you start running out of shit to talk about, for people to talk about the state of it. That's it.
Right.
Like our grandparents and our moms that are like the last generation, and maybe a few of our brothers sisters, maybe that. But like I said, it's very minute right now. I don't like because it seems more disdain for each other on each side, and I
Right.
don't see a lot of love for that. And that saddens me in my mind for that. But now I've just come to accept it, and it's just like, yeah, okay, it is what it is. It's up to the next generations, depending how it goes. Of can it be better, brother Clarence? I mean, that's what I mean, that's the hope you can only have. Your children slash grandchildren, hopefully they can maybe fix this. Because
Okay.
I think if you taught them the love that you guys have, you know, you and your wife and your lady have, and then maybe that might encourage them to keep looking for it.
Okay. What do you think is the reason for all this vitriol on both sides?
I would say past trauma, men being hurt, women being hurt, um, And I think after that, it's years of festering and build up, really what it is. And then it's a product of brainwashing. I don't want to hate. I hate social media, but everybody knows that. I think everybody knows that. And it's just a matter of people not being able to think on their own, not being taught that they can love each other, as opposed because hating is more easier than loving in their minds. Me think loving is easier. Um, I, and I think as our little girls haven't had their dads in their lives, that is a factor too. But also on the boy side, not having their dad teaching them what it means to be a man can, like, teaching them, not to look for what they like. Let's say the past relationship of their dad didn't work as well, but he got remarried again. Hopefully he did, and then they can say, you can look forward, son. Just you got to be able to really be on your shit, be on your game, and just know what to look similar to what I looked for. You know, I mean, that's the best way to tell them that. But it's you need what you really need is that circle of women that'll help that girl, but also that circle of men that can help that boy to become a man, and show them like, yo, son, that love isn't dead. Look at me and my wife. Look at how I got my family. It can be done, son. It's just a matter of you looking for the similar ladies that we have, and just knowing that they want a black man in their lives. And I think that would, like I said, I think that would give them some encouragement for the guys, for them not to give up on that. For the ladies, it's gonna be like a lot more for them, but they're gonna have to look for the guys similar to what their dads are. Like, I'm talking about the ones that are in their lives. And I've always said, like, that's the best template to look for. If he carries the same values as your daddy, then you got something. That black love can start right there. And it's a matter, and I think another thing, brother Clarence, before I stop, because I want OG Patrice to speak too, of course.
Of course.
They gotta understand there's trial and tribulations in their relationship. And here's what I mean when I say that. You're not gonna love the same. I'm saying love. You're not gonna be happy every day. That needs to be drilled into that brain. It is work. It is commitment. It is duty. And it's not like going to afternoon park and going on a swing set and you smile. Trust me, there's different things on that playground that you got to go through besides just swinging on the swing set. So if they can both understand that, and then understand and have the willingness to hear each other out, like what my parents do, I think you're gonna be together in your old age, and maybe with a big ass smile on your face in a rocking chair.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for. But
Yeah.
but I think it could be fixed. It's gonna take a generation thing to get it going. And I would say a little bit of us. But that's all I got to say, sir.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. I'm gonna bring Patrice into the fray. Patrice, are you there?
I'm here, bro, Clarence. I am so sorry. Forgive my tardiness. Had a little emergency.
It's all right, sister. I understand. I know how my folks do. So I just press on. Press on.
Well, it looked like you're doing a good job. So where we at with things?
I never got to the movie. I just started talking about Black Love because I was waiting on you to talk to actually about the movie. But I got
Okay.
so far down the road now that we have to come, but we have to do the movie again another time.
Okay.
Right now we're talking about the state of Black love,
Yes.
and I just asked Jay, well, first of all, let me ask you this question: what do you think the state of Black love is in America?
Whew, that's a loaded question. I guess it depends on, what day it is and what time. And it's we're living in some very unusual times, especially in these YouTube streets when it comes to Black love. I mean, a lot of things that I've been seeing and hearing, you think from what I've been seeing and hearing on YouTube, you would think that, it's no hope, right? Or it's hopeless, or
Right.
it's definitely in dire straits from the conversations that I've been hearing. It has not always been the best of conversations. You know, that's why I wanted us to be the opposite of what I've been seeing and hearing when it comes to Black love. And I'm just hearing a lot of negative things on one side about one particular sex, or you know, or from the other side, one particular thing about the other sex. So um, I definitely would say, when I look around in real life, in my surroundings, I still see it. I still see positivity from, I would say, definitely my generation and maybe the generation under me, which is X. These people, they're still together and they still holding on. The future for the younger generation, I am concerned about, because things have changed so much, and the younger generation have such different opinions about whether they want to get married or not, or how they want to live their life with their partners or not. It's just a different world from how I came up. You know, it's just different. Is that a good or bad thing? We'll see. I don't know. I'm not seeing as much positivity as I would like to see. I'll say that. I think there's always hope. Um, I would hope that if you fall in love with someone that's the same race as you, Black love, I stand for that first and foremost. I rock with that. I say do your thing. But I also say is that if you just happen to find love and it's not with someone that is the same race as you, you shouldn't deny yourself of that, because for that reason only. Um, People fall in love with who they fall in love with, and who they fall, you know, and who falls in love with them. I think you should love who love you, you know, for the most part. And if it's someone that happens to not be your same race, so be it. But if it happens to be, I would love to see the state of Black love back on a positive, loving Black nuclear relationship and or family, whatever the case may be, for the younger generation coming up, or anyone else for that matter that finds love. Um, the Black nuclear family is what I'm hearing the men say that they want. I'm hearing some women say that they want it. And I think they should work on that and go for it. And I believe that they should. I don't know, you know, I'm thinking that the way, you know, we sacrifice a lot of things for family and love, I'm not sure if the younger generation understands what that really meant. You know, how you sacrifice something, you know, to take care of family, to take care of, you know, your children, to take care of that husband or that wife, putting something off for a while, not only just thinking about yourself. I'm hearing a lot of selfish things when it comes to the younger generation. I don't know if they know what it really means to sacrifice something for someone you love. And I'm not saying it has to be, you know, for a long time or whatever, but I hear a lot of selfishness. I hear a lot of me. And when it should be we, and our. I don't hear that. I definitely don't hear them say that they were put things off or sacrifice for family, for children, for maybe a job or whatever. And I'm not saying that that's the only thing, but I just hear a different conversation when it comes to family and the Black nucleus family, what they say they want. So I don't know, you know. I would hope for them that how and wherever love finds them, that they would embrace it. I know it's been a lot of talk and conversation where it seems like there's a lot of fear when it comes to marriage, relationship. So I would like to think that definitely there is hope when I walk or go somewhere to the grocery store, I'm walking or doing my walk in the park. I want to see more of Black love between the younger generation, especially. So I would like to think and hope that they still have a chance at love if they really want it, but they have to want it. You know? So that's my take on it. They have to want it. We can want everything in the world for them, but it's different now, and they gonna have to want it.
Yeah, definitely. See, the thing is that I'm with you at this point. I I would rather a Black person find love wherever they find it than to be unhappy in the Black community, ruining people in the Black community. In my opinion, I mean, if you can find love wherever you can find it, and you just can't find a Black person that you can get along with, but you can some kind of way miraculously get along with these people from this other race, then maybe that's where you should be. You know what I mean? So I don't feel I'm like you in this point where I would my desire is for that most of us would at least look first, make our first look in the Black community. Hopefully we would do that first. And then, if we just can't find what we're looking for here, then, I mean, you fall in love with who you fall in love with. But I think that there are a lot of factors that are causing us to not value each other. When I say each other, I mean Black men and Black women, not value each other enough to do all of that sacrificing, to do all of that, have the discipline to how we're going to respond to each other, right? There's a lot of things that that we are kind of and I think the influences of the mass media is a serious influence, because if you look in the mass media today, you do not see a representation of Black men that are really about something. You have shows like I said in the beginning, Black Ink, Real Housewives of wherever, Love and Hip Hop wherever.
Yeah, not good like representation at all. Not
exactly. And so there was a time where women could get men's attention, non-sexual attention, to be able to help them see how men and women can react to each other on a non-sexual situation. Whereas in in the situation we're in today, and you could tell me I'm gonna just tell you the way I see it. It's difficult for women to see what a relationship looks like because they don't have men around them a lot of times that's willing to let them see what the non-sexual portion of a relationship should look like. Most men are trying to have sex with the woman, so the only time the woman can actually learn how to be around a man, she's going to have to be in a sexual relationship with that man to see. So now they have to, for every learning experience, they have to give up a sexual experience to do that.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but this is the strangest thing, that I hear a lot in these YouTube streets when they talking about the dating scene, and it's very confusing, and it's very double-edged sword when you hear the men saying, they feel that the woman should give it up after the third date. If she gives it up after the third date and then it doesn't work out, and you move on and she move on, and then she's trying to find love, or you may be trying to find love, or you may just be trying to pump and dump as far as the men are concerned. But I'm hearing this about after the third date. And then I hear the talk about, well, she, I don't want to mess with her if she have, too many body counts. It's like, okay, if she sleep with every man after the third date that she meets and it don't work out, that is an oxymoron. I mean,
That's
like
right.
really, like how you gonna win? And then I hear, then it's a thing. You've traded against your race. If she don't find love with a black man, happen to fall in love with someone of another race. Now she's a race trader, and she deserted her own race. It's like you can't win for losing.
That's what I was saying earlier in the broadcast. I was saying that you have to, if a woman have to trade sexual time to just learn how to be around men, might have to trade it, but because we as men are because in the manosphere they tell you straight out, if you spend non-sexual time with a woman, you a simp, right? So most of the men are saying, hey, I'm not gonna spend no non-sexual time with no woman. I'm just not gonna do it, right? So we're not even showing women how, we're not showing them a concern for black women, but without having to have this sexual situation going on, right? We can't even do that. And so the women don't learn how to interact with men non-sexually, because even every relationship has a non-sexual portion to it, but they don't learn that part because they don't know how to relate to men without giving up the sexual time. But like you said, it's a catch-22, because now by the time you learn, like Sierra, you got to go through a bunch of different dudes to actually learn, oh, okay, I see how a good dude's supposed to treat me, and I see how I should treat a good dude. But you got to get some bodies on you to do that.
Yeah,
so it's a catch-22.
And when you're young, especially for women, society unfortunately tries to never make them live it down. You still hear men today, talking about Sierra, still a 304 or whatever, and all of, the type of men that she had, when she was a lot younger. And listen, we all been young. We all made bad choices. It's just unfortunate a lot of times that women, gets the short end of the stick, especially if they messed around with a bad boy, had a child or two with a bad boy, dated a few bad boys, and when they were younger, and they get labeled this, and then when they find the man that say, I'm gonna make an honest woman out of you and treat you right and show you what real love looks like, and show you that I can step up and be that man to take care of you and your children that is not mine, which speaks volumes for that man. He get labeled a simp, but then she's still a 304. She's still a 304, and she's with one man now. I don't get it. Again, it's the whole double-edged sword, and the way that the conversations go about. I hear some conversations. I promise you, bro, Clarence, you would think that black men hate black women, and you will think that some black, and not all, you would think that some women hate black men. It's just like I'm not hearing great conversations. I'm not hearing them say positive things about each other. Right. When I was coming up, I loved telling the men that I was dating or love what I loved about them. I love, or just in general, what I love about black men. And they would tell me what they like about black women or me as a woman. And you just don't hear these type of conversations anymore. That where you actually giving someone that you care about and love a compliment, or just even in general, you're not even giving the compliment of the opposite sex of your race a damn compliment.
Yeah.
I mean, what happened to black men appreciating the strength, resilience, and nurturing sides of a woman? Are they not seeing this in any form of their life? They're not seeing it in their mothers. They're not seeing it in sisters. They're not seeing it in aunts, cousins, nieces, like grandmother.
No,
like
Patrice, the mass
it's just
media,
baffling to me.
The mass media portrays black women as people that are to be just thrown away, just abused and thrown away. So black men have bought into that stereotype. So now we mistreating our own women. We mistreating our own women. We stereotype and stigmatizing our own woman. Yes, she made some mistakes, but like I said before, there ain't no woman out there that made no, but that haven't made no mistakes. That it wasn't no man behind it. There's somewhere there's a man back there that drove that situation to get like that, right? So
absolutely.
When it all boils down to it, we as the men of the community, in my opinion,
right,
are responsible for this situation. Now, the question is,
and it does work. It does work both ways. But you know what, bro, Clarence?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm just gonna say this: how I was raised. You know, men were the leaders.
Correct.
They were the leaders in the household. They were the leaders in the community. And I just don't see that step up approach anymore, where the man is saying, I'm going to take the lead and I'm going to change this narrative and make it positive. First, we have to start by self-inventory, and then we have to start by making better choices as to who we choose for partners. Because what I'm hearing about the women they talking about, their experiences or the type of women they see, why are you spending so much time ragging on these type of women when you should be making better choices? Then if you know that there's 304s out here or whatever, you know, women with attitudes and combativeness and this and that, why are you choosing these women? Listen, for the life of me, it doesn't make any earthly sense when you spending time talking about the negative things in the woman that you don't want. Bro, Clarence,
well, they want them. They want them, Patrice. They just want to have casual sex with them. They don't want anything.
I agree with you, Patrice. Sorry about that, brother.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
What did you say, Jay?
No. I agree with OG Patrice because we had a stream about this and I told him, and brother Vaughn said it best. I hear nobody brings up any positives, and
yeah,
no one brings any. And the thing is, I'm not about agreeing or disagreeing. It's just a matter of like, you can't say all. If you say a few, that's fine. Or you can say 50%, and that's cool. The other 50%, like, that's cool, but not like the other 50. You can't count those ladies at all because they haven't done anything. And it's just like, I hate when people like you group, because I know sisters who do this too, not just the dudes. You group one, and now all of us feel that way. No, it don't. You gotta stop that because it's like, to me, both are responsible. I'm not blaming everything on the men. I'm not blaming it on the woman. I'm blaming both, as I should. Because it takes, like I said, it takes two to tango. As much as it takes two to bring a child into the world. So I always group it together. I never separate either or, because if I did that, I would be giving excuses out to other people, and I'm like, no, that's not how it goes. So I do agree with you, sister. Like, there is more. I have yet, and this is just me. Before I hear black men too, I hear it on both sides. I have yet to hear some ladies besides my sisters here give credit for black men for anything. Just in the same regards, I don't hear you guys give black women any good credit of anything.
I mean, I'm as old as I am, I still give my brothers and my sons good compliments and credit as black men for their accomplishments and all that they've accomplished in their lives. I tell them how proud I am of them to be black men that grew up on the south side of Chicago, where it wouldn't normally look so bright for them, but they stayed the course and they were raised right, and they got good jobs, and they in their communities contributing. And I tell them all the things they accomplished, buying houses and buying property and buying businesses. I tell them how proud I am every time they get a new accomplishment. I'm on my social media puffing them up, and when I'm calling them, puffing them up. When I see them, I'm puffing them up. Are Black women doing that to the Black men, first of all, in their families? You know, and are Black men doing that to the women in their families first? See, it starts at home. I was raised where charity begins at home. Yeah. Are we giving each other these compliments at home first?
Yeah.
And then are we going out into the world and contributing and seeing the good in others and giving them the compliments?
Yeah.
Because I know for me, as much as, you know, I was younger and been through some not so good relationships, but now that I'm older and wiser, I choose. I don't dwell on that. I know what good looks like. I rarely watch reality TV. Well, one day I was just flipping and I think it was Love and Hip Hop, whichever the Braxton's ones was on.
Oh.
And I heard out of the Mama Braxton mouth, and she said it in a joking way, but I was like, wow, is that really how she feel about all men? She didn't say Black, she just said all men. They were talking about men and cheat, and she said all men cheat, and then she said, well, except Obama. And then they all laughed, but I was like, well, damn, she only thinks that, you know, Obama is the only man that don't cheat, which, you know, a lot of Black women, they, you know, Obama is the perfect, you know, and Michelle has the perfect family and marriage and blah, blah, blah. But I know that's not true for a fact. You know what I mean? All Black men, you know, all Black men cheat except Obama. I was married for over 10 years, and I could say unequivocally, I know in all those years, my husband didn't cheat. Yeah. You understand? So I think that when you have to be careful with what you put out there in the world when the world is watching. And I'm looking at this woman, and she's older than me or my age, and I'm like, wow, she really feels that way about all men except Obama. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
now here's the question, Patrice. Here's the question: was she single?
Well, yeah, she had, you know, her and the Braxton sisters' fathers, you know, they had been, you know, divorced for years and years, and it was because he cheated on her. So listen, and this is the thing: stop thinking when things happen to you, it's all of that sex of person that is bad like that. Women should not think all men are dogs and they cheat, and men should not think all women are 304s and this and that and the other. But Agreed. This is the thing. Why aren't we on panels with women and men that we're looking for instead of on panels talking about the women that we don't want? I mean, make it make sense. Are there not any good women on these panels talking about men in a positive way and how they looking for love or found love or want love? Why aren't the men that want that on those panels? Why aren't the women that want a certain thing on those type of panels with men or with other women that can grow them, that can, you know, if I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and I wanted to get married, I'm going to be on a panel with married women. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be on a panel with a bunch of single women cackling about how they can't stand men or dogs and cheaters. Like, what? What are we doing?
That makes sense, right?
The positive side of it. Why are we staying stuck in the negative side of it? That's the thing for me. And study talking about the women and the men we don't want.
Yeah, but that's not sexy, Patrice. If they made a show, like I said earlier, if they made a show about, if the Cosby Show would never make it today. A man that loves his husband, a man that loves his wife, loves his family, taking care of all his children under the same roof. That he would. That's a good job. Loves his wife. That would never make it today.
Bro, Clarence, and it's because even in the media and, like you said, entertainment, it's showing a lot of farces, a lot of false perceptions of what Black love should even look like. I was in the store just yesterday and I see that, and I think it's a beautiful thing, but I know it's all for optics, right? I see the family. I see Cardi B, Offset, and their children on the cover of Essence.
Okay.
And I'm like, that this is a beautiful thing, but is false is Offset done cheating? Is Offset? I mean, they making it look good on the cover of Essence as a black family, but is their marriage healthy?
Yeah.
Are they raising their children right? You can make it look good all you want to on in a photo, but is it live or is it Memorex in real life?
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what? As somebody who's been married for over 30 years, you know, what they try to do, Patrice and Jay, what they try to do is they try to make it look like the Obamas, like it ain't no challenges. It ain't no challenges, right? It's just if there's one challenge in a marriage, it's time to call it quits. No, there's gonna be challenges. You're gonna have to deal with some things. You're gonna go to some funerals together. You're gonna go to some baby showers together. You're gonna go to some. You're gonna take some. Go to the hospital.
Right.
I'm telling you, brother.
The hospital, some divorces.
Exactly,
You're gonna
right.
when they're going through these hard times. And listen, and for you know, just in passing and seeing that magazine, it's crazy because this is programming, guys. This is social engineering and programming.
Right.
The first thing I thought was, is their marriage healthy? Are they raising their kids right? When I saw that picture of them, I didn't think the norm of what you should think about when I saw that picture. Like if I saw the Obamas on there, a portrait of, you know, a upstanding black family with children, how the mother and father raised a child, how with their marriage is seen in a light. I didn't think that when I saw the picture of Cardi B, Offset, and their children. I thought, is their marriage healthy? Is he cheating? Is they raising their kids right in a good life? That was the thought I had, and it should not have been that thought as a first thought that came to mind when I saw them on that magazine. You know, and again, that's reality TV. That's entertainment media. I mean, it's great for photo ops to show. I thought it would be absolutely beautiful to show a young black family on the cover of Essence magazine in this day and age. But I looked at the family that they chose, and I was like, wow. I was like, I know that a lot has happened to them in their marriage, and you know, outside kids, and you know, the cheating, and you know, and this is the example that is right now that the younger generation have to say what a black nuclear family look like. Wow, that says a lot of the state that we're in, you know, in society.
But the thing is, to turn it around, because I believe, I'm like Jay, I feel like we could turn it around. It's not going to be it's not going to be, you know, overnight, but it definitely can be fixed. So how can we fix it? Now that's the key. And I think the key to fixing it is getting men. I mean, women too, they got to play a part in it too, but I think getting men to realize that that, you know, we don't have to attack our sisters, you know, because they made mistakes, or because they made a mistake and got with a dude that they didn't get, you know, and they figured it out later that this ain't the right guy, or that happened a few times. We don't have to attack them, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody, like you said, everybody makes mistakes, but I think we condemn them, we attack and condemn them, and then because they have a point of view that's biased based on, you know, some of the bad habits or the bad guys that they've been involved with. I was just watching a stream the other day with this content creator, and he got into it with this sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he got on the platform, and I know you know who I'm talking about, Vaughn. As soon as he got on the platform, the sister put the middle finger up. Right? As soon as he got on the platform, right? And so that set the tone. So he didn't get right into her right away. He took his time. He waited until he got an opportunity to address her directly, and then at that point, she asked him to not directly address her. He decided to continue doing it anyway, and off to the races they went. And it just got so disrespectful that it was just ridiculous. Now, meanwhile, this sister was the only one on the panel that was really having a attitude. She had an attitude for the black. I wouldn't say it was a disdain, but definitely a attitude of, you know, I don't know about black men. You know what I mean? I don't know about how they, you know, it wasn't a like, you know, we, you know, not all black men. It was definitely the type where it was like, most black men are this way. You know what I mean? And then, as a matter of fact, when the dude was attacking her, she was saying, "These are our leaders. These are our leaders. These kind of black men are our leaders." Right. My point.
Well, that's the part that, you know, when that happens is unfortunate, because that's the first thing, you know, that comes out of the mouths of both of them. You know, even if they see a woman that disagree with the, you know, or have a different view or opinion, they do the same thing. And if she show a little bit of spunk, a little bit of, I'm not just going to sit here and be docile and take the negative things you're saying about me, and I'm just supposed to sit here and be docile and stay in my femininity and be like,
Patrice?
You know, like,
oh yeah, kind of.
You know what I mean? Like they supposed to not listen. Sometimes energies are matched, right? Sometimes, you know, and men forget that women have some masculinity in them too. And it's a shame that when that side is portrayed, it's like, oh, it's toxic though. It's toxic, but not without giving respect and realizing that women have, especially black women, have had to defend themselves in the workplace, in their families, sometime in their neighborhoods and communities. They have had to stand up for themselves when there was no man there to stand up for them.
Yeah.
And they have had to show that stronger side, but it's unfortunately a lot of times that get labeled as toxic femininity or toxic masculinity in a woman, and it's unfortunate. You know, when I growing up on the south side of Chicago as a black girl and teenage girl, I fought a lot.
Yeah.
And I've said that, you know what I mean? So because I'm not going to let nobody run over me, push over me, or push over my younger brothers and sisters. And I was the oldest. So when they come to me crying, saying somebody so-and-so hit them and they got into a fight and that person went and got their big sister, what I was supposed to do? Not fight? Not stand there and not take off? Like, see, I don't get it. So there is other side to black women that grew up in, you know, a certain way where they had to fend and fight for every goddamn thing themselves until they had that man in their life. And then, goddamn it, now I can breathe and I can exhale and say woosah and let the man lead and be in his masculine energy, where now I can stay in my feminine energy. And if it's the right man, my guard, I could feel comfortable putting my guard down because I trust that he got it. He got it, where I don't have to, you know, jump up and exude this sort of masculine energy like I used to, because goddamn it, now I got a man that can do it for me.
Right.
Because he's a leader. And it feels good to be able to bask in my femininity with that man, that now I can show my soft side. I can stay in my femininity. I love it there. That's where God meant for me to be. But there is another side that God impeded in a woman. And that's the side a lot of times that men have a problem with. See, when they're on the panel and lying on you and, you know, spinning false narrative, they just want you to just not say nothing. Oh, that's a lie. You shouldn't do that. But they, you know, telling everyone, look at her. Look, see, this is what it is. Oh, because now I'm matching energy. This is what it is. Damn right it is. Because I can go there. I prefer not. And even when I was overseas, Bro Clarence, touring, and I said this before, I didn't see a lot of black men. So guess what? I dated other races of men. that I was attracted to and that was attracted to me.
Obviously, yeah.
You know, whether he was Caucasian, Cuban, Indian.
Go OG Patrice.
like you come on. I'm not going to these places and seeing brothers that live there. Hello.
Right.
So in the moment in time, I found love where it was.
Right.
But when I came home and settled down, now I'm 40, 41, and I met this beautiful, tall, dark, and handsome black man that I married and was married to for over 10 years. And I got nothing bad. And when I say nothing bad to say about that beautiful black man, except that he was good to me. Even though it didn't end up not working out, it didn't work out because it didn't work out after 10 years. But he's still a hella good man. My son's father, who broke my heart when I became a teen mother. We were supposed to get married. He broke my heart. But I would never dog that man. Never. I always tell him how much I appreciate him always being there and being that father, even the times when he couldn't, because he had fell into addiction for a while. I never dogged him to his son. I never trashed him. I never put him on child support because he was always taking care of his son. He went into the Army, served his country. He was paying child support all the time. I was getting checks from the Army. You see what I'm saying? So if a woman knows that there's a good man in her life, why would she dog good men like that? Even the ones that wasn't so good in relationship with me. Okay, that was the past. Guess what? I moved on. He moved on. I'm looking for better. I'm not finna waste my time talking about, oh, that man dogged me out. He's such a dog. All men are dogs, and I can't. What? I'm looking for the next best thing. I'm choosing better. I'm choosing wiser now. Because you should learn from experiences. You should grow and mature from that. I'm not on panels, even, when I was telling people I was dating. I'm not on panels talking about, oh God, the dog man this, the dog. I'm like, look, I'm looking for the right one for me. The right one for me. And now that I'm older and wiser, I know what a dog man looks like. I know what he looks like. And I know this, and I know to just say no, like the commercial say. Keep it moving. That's it.
Okay, y'all. Let's wrap this one up because I think I might do another live stream in about another couple of hours.
Okay, let's do it. Because I really do want to do the breakdown of that movie and talk more about that part of it.
All right, Patrice, you okay? I know you said you had emergency. Are you okay? Everything's okay?
I'm good. Yep, I'm good now. Thank you.
All right. So, y'all, we're gonna get into the closing remarks and some closing statements to wrap this thing up about Black Love, and then I'll shut it down, and then I'll let you guys know if I'm gonna do another one. Or you gotta make sure you hit that notification button so you can see, because might not be the movie recently. The movie is called what's the name of the movie again? Something New.
Something new.
Something New. That's what we were supposed to do, but Rico has something to do and Patrice has something to do, so they didn't get in here like they wanted to. So we're gonna try to, maybe we can make it happen later on the day or maybe another day or whatever. But yeah,
if it doesn't happen at within a certain
real estate, shout out
with a certain period of time today, let me know, because I got tickets to see my girl Lou Nail, and then I want to hang out with her.
No, go see that. Go see that.
So that's going on. I got the VIP tickets to pass, baby.
No. I do not. Now that you said that, I do not expect to see you again today. No.
If you want to do it tomorrow, earlier or whatever, that's cool. Afternoonish, whatever. We cool with that. I'm cool with that.
Okay, yeah. Go out and have fun. All right. So let's get some closing remarks in here, guys. Jay.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Man, what do you want to say about Black Love or love in general? the way we dealing with each other, or whatever you want to close your remarks up with, man. What you want to say, brother?
I'm gonna say this: the people who derive if the only pleasure they get is deriving anger, hatred, and self-loathing and depression towards other people, then they're weak. They're a weak spine of a human to me. I'm just gonna say that right now, and that goes for the freaking dudes in the manosphere that are talking that trash. The ones who are doing that. Now, the ones who actually do know what it is and all that, I got no ill will towards them. Best of luck to you, but no one ever talks about positivity. So they gotta. I don't surround myself with that. I got positive brothers who are married. They don't talk trash about their wives, which is why I love them even more for it. Those are my sisters-in-laws. If somebody were to talk negative about them, then well, the husbands and me gonna come at y'all, as we should. But Sister OG Patrice, I love your story that you told me just now. I'm glad you didn't do any of that. Thank you, sister. And I know you're a little bit from the older generation, which I love you for it. But I'm just glad to hear some positive that a sister did that. Didn't do the stuff that typically happens. That puts a smile on my face. I'm happy to hear that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, because I need to hear more of that, more likely. When I hear more of that from the sister side, that'll give me some hope. But also, I'll get on the dudes. Don't worry, I get on the dudes too. When they start talking less about it, then we all good. But my thing is, as a famous Keith Sweat always used to say in the song, "There's a right and a wrong way to love somebody."
Yeah.
You love them the right way.
Oh, what you know about that, youngster? What you know about that song?
I listen. Sweetheart, I listen to that religiously. I listen to a lot of old school songs. People don't know that about me.
I love that.
Like, there's a reason why I respect the old school. We made beautiful music back in the day. We don't make that now. That's why I go back. I keep going back to it because it's beautiful.
We're gonna start hitting y'all with some of them old school joints. We're gonna start hitting y'all with.
Hey man, I listen to some Howard Hewitt, man. He got some good stuff. That's all I can tell cats.
That's my buddy. I work with Howard Hewitt. Maybe one day I'm gonna show a lot of pictures of some of the people I work with in the industry and know. But yeah, he's a cool dude.
She showed me a lot of pictures that she worked with a lot of people, y'all.
Exactly, and I told everybody on this panel, well, just outside who are listening to in the chat, Glenn Jones always said, "Show me."
Yes, Glenn Jones.
Y'all need to listen to that.
Young man. I love it. That's how I raised my son. He loves old school music.
That's what's up. Listen, shout out to your son. I'll be honest. Shout out to the old generation, man. They got a lot of lyrics in that song that I mess with, and that really get me thinking, man. And because I love Glenn Jones's music, and all the cats that I be naming, the Whisperers, I name all of them. I listen to everything. And that's a lot of black love back in that time. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not hearing any of that. I'm not hearing any of that now. I'm not. Yeah. That's why I keep going back to it. Because the old ones, that seems that generation had a lot of inspiration, love, whimsical ideas, and their energy was there. Don't get me started on the sisters that can sing, because they had that clearly too. So like I said, man, I tell people, I said, well, you guys just have more compassion, or you just have more self-loathing. It's just a matter of what you want and what you're going for. All men protect your daughters. Actually, set them up in the church to be arranged marriage to somebody, to a black brother that's got his shit together. That's how I would do that. Ain't gonna like my idea, but hey, we're gonna have to start doing that.
Definitely, you as a dad should definitely be involved in that decision, in my opinion. Yeah,
you know it. But that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
All right, Brother Jay, if you haven't already subscribed to Jay Tekashi, go on over to Jay Tekashi and subscribe to him. Go sit in one of those chill out sessions and go check out my brother Jay Tekashi. Jay, I'm gonna put you down, brother. Appreciate you, man. Here.
Appreciate you, Jay.
All right. Then there was two. ISIS.
Bro. Man, I apologize to you in the chat for being tardy, and because this is a subject that I definitely think is important that we need to continue and have and talk about and discover and break that movie down, because this is the thing. I don't want Black women to feel like that Black men have to be their only choice and option for love. And that's just real. I'm just keeping it real.
Okay.
I know my first choice was a Black man, of course, yes.
Sure.
And there's, if that's what they truly want and desire, hey, go for it. I'm not gonna say it ain't a Black man out there for you, because I believe it is. But if you happen to have found love somewhere else and it doesn't look like you, are you gonna deny yourself happiness? Are you gonna deny that love? Are you gonna walk away from it because that person is not the same race of you? You know, don't deprive yourself. Go where you appreciate it, go where you celebrate it and not tolerate it. Go where, and it doesn't matter what race it is. If they treat you good and they treat you right, and they love and respect on you and treat you like the woman that you should be treated like, and you treat that man like the man he should be treated,
yeah,
then love is love, right?
Yeah.
Love is love. You know, again, you know, find love wherever it finds you.
Yeah.
And wherever that looks like. I would love to see more Black nuclear families get back together, like how I grew up and what I saw in the light that I saw. I'm not saying it was perfect, but it was more of it. I'll say that. It was more of it. You know, I'm glad that the choice I made when I did get married, he was a Black man, but I knew that I had to come back to America for that to happen. You know what I mean? Like the places I was going, it wouldn't have happened. I would have ended up probably marrying someone of another race. And that not to say that would have been a bad thing. I'm just saying, by the time I came back to America and was not on tour for a long time, and I happened to go out, listen, and I'll tell a story. I happened to go out one night with a girlfriend, and we were talking about men, and I had just come from off tour overseas, and I said, man, we were talking about men, and not in a bad way. See, this is the thing, even the conversations back then, I remember having with my girlfriends, we weren't talking about the bad guys from the bad experiences we had. We were talking about the men we wanted to meet then. Now, in that moment, we were talking and I'm just talking, you know, about this and that, and she talking about this and that. And it's so funny because I know my girlfriend's type, and my girlfriend knew my type of man. And and when I tell you, I promise this on my only child. We was having a drink at the bar, and we talking about men, and I didn't see my husband walk in the door. She saw him. So she was like, I know what kind of men you like. You like a man like him. And I was like who? And I turned around, and Lord have mercy, that was that tall, dark, and handsome man. And she was never lying. And our eyes locked. That man walked over to the bar, bought us drinks, said hello. We never stopped talking that night. We danced, and back, you know, I'm from Chicago, so we stepped the night away. We had so much fun. And we was leaving, and he said, may I have your number? I'd like to take you out. See, that's the conversation. And it was nothing fancy. It was just simple what it was. There was an attraction and a chemistry, but I was leaving. I was gone. And he walked out the door behind us and stopped me and said, may I have your number? I would like to take you out. I'd like to see you again, if that's okay with you. It was just a simple and that's where, and listen, and the rest was history. And a year later, I was a married woman. I was saying, I was married now. I was married now. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't complicated. Now I'm hearing all these complications and this and that. And it was beautiful for over 10 years. Beautiful. You know, so that's what I would love to see more. Men shouldn't have to feel like they have to put on airs to impress a woman. Most of the time, women just want to hear a simple, hello, my name is, what is yours? Would you like a drink if you're in that type of setting or whatever? May I take you out? May I have your number? It's just a simple Simple stuff. We don't want to hear all the slick talk and slide and man, you're looking like a bag of chips and I can eat you up and like, no. Come correct to women, respectful, you know, and then the women, you know, take when a man is showing you chivalry and things like that. That man walked me and my girlfriend to the car, opened the door for us, closed it behind us and said, I'm gonna call you tomorrow. And that man called me tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have, I don't know. It's just a farce out here now, a false sense of things now, you know, and I think we need to step back into our reality, not reality TV, not Hollywood, not you know, Hollywood marriages, like our world. Stay in our world. I tell people all the time, I work with celebrities, but I'm not one. I live in the real world.
Right.
When I'm done off my gigs, I have to come home and live in my world. I don't live in their world. Because trust me, they world, a lot of y'all don't want to live in their world.
Yeah.
I thank God many a times I don't get caught up with a lot of this entertainment bullshit. Because trust me, listen, some things that I've seen and witnessed, okay? So please don't believe that their marriages is all peachy keen for the most part. The only ones that's probably really good and peachy keen because they done been through it is your Denzel Washington's, your Samuel L. Jackson. These men have been with their women 20, 30 years. LL Cool J, Ice Cube. I don't know why their marriages is not being uplifted more.
That ain't sexy. Nobody wants to see a black man taking care of his family, looking after his children. Nobody wants to see that, Patrice. Black people don't even want to see that. We want to see love and hip hop where it's all kind of crazy confrontations going on. That's what they want to see.
And at some point, the negativity on each other and the dragging of each other and the shit show that you see a lot, at some point, that works on your mental. And I just listen, I had to fall back from a lot of things. It works on your mental. I can't, like, look, I want peace in my life. So I'm not gonna constantly be on panels where I got to plead my case, argue my case with people, you know, of the opposite sex, just to try to get my point of view and opinion across, and then it's not appreciated, and then they, you know, because you don't agree with their program, we can't agree to disagree. I'm sorry, I like my peace better, and I'm gonna keep my peace. I don't have anything else more to prove to nobody. I don't have anything else to elaborate more on. If I said something, I stand on that. I have been in a interracial relationship and still doing the same very thing I'm doing now, fighting for Adolf, fighting, going to community meetings in Black neighborhood, and that has never been a problem. When I was dating, I was dating an attorney. He was a Caucasian guy for over 2.5 years, and he knew that I was a part of these things about Black people and my race of people. And it was never a problem. It's so funny because I always have had to fight people that look like me, not people that didn't look like me.
That's unfortunate.
And it is what it is. You know what I mean? But now, I want peace and happiness, and I want to be on panels where they talk about nothing but progression, solutions, and positivity. Because at some point, that has to work on the psyche of a person. And why am I keep going on panels where I got to plead a case to somebody to say all Black women ain't bad? There's still some good Black women out here. There's some nurturers. There's some women want to be married. There's some men know this. They know this.
Yeah.
They know all Black women can't be bad. Black women got to know all Black men ain't bad.
I got to disagree with you on that one, Patrice, because a lot of these Black men, especially the younger guys, they following after these certain content creators, particularly these manosphere friendly ones, and they have no clue what's up, what's down. So when these guys say, hey, all Black women do this, all Black women do that, save yourself, Black man, go be with a white woman, go be with this woman, not because I just can't find a Black woman, or no, they saying just skip Black women, go over there just because she's a black woman, don't date her. And that to me is unfortunate and irresponsible, but that's what they're saying.
Yeah,
so,
very much so. And shame on them. And this is the thing. If black men choose to do that, have at it. Have at it.
Well,
Because the thing about it is this, and I said this before, you can go to Timbuktu to find a woman or a wife that's not your race. But if you're the problem, it doesn't matter where you go. You're the problem. So you gonna mess that up too, whether you in Timbuktu or in the United States.
With the idea, Patrice, the idea of all this traveling and going to these different places, but the idea is to leverage the poverty that the woman is experiencing, her and her family are experiencing, to leverage that poverty into them behaving in a prescribed manner. That's the idea. So it's not so much, hey, I just love these women and I particularly like these women visually. It's more along the lines of, hey, this person comes from the poor part of the Philippines, or this person comes from the poor part of Malaysia, the poor part of Venezuela, or Colombia, or whatever. I can leverage their poverty against them, where the family will tell the person, hey, this person's American. He can get us out of here. Right? He can get you out of here, and then you can funnel money to us, and we can all live a better life if you just attach yourself to this man and behave in a prescribed manner. That, in my opinion, is what most of those guys are doing. And to me, that's irresponsible because, like you said, they're not working on their own character. They just take the same problem that they're having with black women over there.
Exactly. Listen, because women are women. Women are going to be, sometimes women are going to match your energy no matter what race you are or they are. And the thing about it is, if you're the problem, you just taking your problem with you over there to Timbuktu. That's all.
In my experience, sooner or later, I don't care how poor a woman is, sooner or later, she's gonna stand up for herself. Sooner or later, right?
Or get away, or just get away from you altogether.
Exactly. She's gonna make a move sooner or later. She's gonna make a move sooner or later, and then you're gonna be like, "What? I can't believe that happened." Well, you started the whole thing out on a farce, right?
And this is the thing, the ones that's crying, I want to be respected, I want you to submit to me, they shouldn't even have to say those words to women.
Well, you won't have to.
Any relationship I've been in with a man, they never had to demand that of me, because if they was the right man exuberant their manhood in the correct way, it was just something that a woman naturally curves to. Right? You naturally respect a man if he's worthy of being respected. You naturally submit to a man if he's worthy of being submitted to. Right. So, that conversation is, when you choose better and get better, you won't have to even say those words, men. You won't have to demand those words of women, men. If you the man that she's worthy of submitting and respecting. So, this is all new stuff I'm hearing. It's like, wow, like, is this really the conversation? And if you're not getting it, then shame on you. If you're not getting it at home, and this is what I say, men that are crying, this is not getting it either at home, in their community, or on their jobs.
Yeah.
So they have to look at me, pay attention, respect me, submit to me. They have to feel like they have to demand it. If you have to demand anything in your home, honey, you need to run, don't walk. I'm sorry. What we doing here? It's not rocket science. When we choose to vet better and choose better, then these won't even be conversations that need to be had.
There you go. There you go. Absolutely.
So that's the bottom line, is we have to learn, and that comes with, time and experience, choosing better, vetting people better.
Yeah.
And hope that you, win the prize at the end. That it comes out both ways, that you both win, the woman win and the man win. And now y'all can win and build together.
There you go.
That's the bottom line. It's not rocket science. You know, when these conversations continuously be an echo chamber, then now it's like, okay, some people love the shit show. You know, some people love to dwell in the negativity. At some point, for me, it just gets draining and starts to work on the psyche in a negative way. And I know in real life, when I turn this off, I go live a real life. I'm not around. That's not what I'm around. I'm not around that.
You know what's funny? And
it's also choosing about the people you be around, your friends, your peers, your coworkers. Like, be around the people that's exuberating the positive and not the negative. When you out here in real life, you have to vet. You have to vet people too.
Yeah, it's hard, Patrice, because you know, like I said, you know, it's mostly negative stuff out here. Like, the reason why we sitting here, me and you and 7 other people are sitting here, is because we're talking about a positive situation, right? We're talking about being something positive. If we was talking about, if we was attacking people, it'd be full in here, right?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It's like, but like I said,
panel be full, and the gender wars will be on and popping.
Exactly, right. So that's like I told you guys in the backstage, we are going to be the alternatives to all of that drama. When they finally get tired of all that mess, they're gonna need a place to come. They're gonna need a place to land. And so hopefully we'll be that spot. We'll be that bright light on the hill where they can say, hey, you know what? They just up there having fun. They just a group of people laughing and talking about movies or talking about songs or whatever, and they just having a good time. Let me go over there and see what they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, take a long break from it at least. If not, if you like being on these type of panels, have at it. But at some point, take a break. Like, take a break for your mental, take a break for your psyche, because I have never, ever had to worry about being worn down by echo chamber conversations in other communities. Only in ours. And it's a vicious cycle that just keeps going around it. And that just shows the social engineering and conditioning of our people. Like, that's saying we're in bad shape. And we already, I keep telling them, we already losing and behind the totem pole. And it just seems like we love just staying there and being like crabs in a barrel. I can't let you get one up on me. I got to pull you back down to me. I got to pull you back down in that crab bucket. Like, that's the social engineering and conditioning of our people. And that's sad. That's sad.
It is. All right, girl. You got anything else to say? Because I'm gonna pull you down. You got anything else to say?
No, I'm just saying, look, we got to choose better. Choose better. Period. It's not rocket science, people.
Yeah.
Choose better. If you dating and you seeing that, you listen, don't ignore the red flags. People show you who they are the first time, and when they do, believe them. Stop thinking you could change people. You can't change grown people.
Yeah.
People show you who they truly are. Believe them. And I'll close with that, bro Clarence.
All right. You need to talk to me, girl. You gone?
I'm gone. You can, if you decide to do it in the next 2-3 hours, I'm good. But after, maybe after 5, then no, I won't be available. So hit me up either way and let me know.
Okay.
And salute to the chat. Salute to the chat. The chat is where it's at.
All right, sis. Thank you. Appreciate you. All right, I'm put you down. All right. That's my sister, Patrice. You know I love her. All right. So, yeah, she was supposed to be here earlier, but she had something come up. Vaughn was supposed to be here earlier, but he told me, hey, bro, Clarence couldn't join, had something going on. I appreciate you, brother. Even just considering coming over here, man. This is a hard place to be if you don't want no drama or no spice or no all that craziness, man. If you love black people, this is a great place to be. But most people don't love black people, so it's hard the place to be, man. Because we gonna try to say a lot of good stuff about black people, man, and a lot of people don't want to say, hey, I have a white guy, Hawkeye, come over here. He's more comfortable over here than a lot of black people because we're over here trying to, give solutions and positive solutions. And I hear you, Reese. Some of you guys don't like all of that drama, right? But the ones of us that don't like all that drama, shout out to OG Patrice. The ones of us that don't like all that drama, we far and few in between. We far and few in between. Now, I'm not saying I got to have all these subscribers and everything like that. I don't expect that. I expect us to probably, grow at a slow pace because we doing something. We going against the grain, right? Everybody else is attacking it. They're attacking each other, or they got panels where people are attacking each other on the panels and all of that stuff. And we typically don't do that here. And so, and now that I know better, I definitely won't be doing that here. But we try to talk about black love and increase black love. Is black love in a good state? I don't think it's in a good state as far as the common view, the mass media view of it. I don't think it's in a good state. I think black love is in a really fragile state right now, and the TV, the mass media is commercializing black love. They got all kind of shows that show the foolishness of black people entering into relationships. You know what I mean? It's just so foolish, man. You know what I mean? They don't have anything close to that except for something like 16 and pregnant or something like that, where they show these young white boys, but they're like 16, 17 years old, right? The black shows show grown adults doing dumb stuff like that, right? But you got 16 and pregnant, or didn't know I was pregnant, or all those different shows where they show these crazy looking young white boys saying, "Yeah, I got this girl pregnant, and I'm gonna live up to my responsibilities," but he living at home, right? Okay, Patrice, I got you. Just let me know. We still gotta do the movie. I ain't gonna let you get off the hook about the movie either, Patrice. So we're gonna do the movie. I don't know if we probably won't do it today. We probably do another day, but I ain't gonna let you off the hook. I had to rent that puppy, $3.99. Man, that's a lot of money, Patrice. $3.99. What you talking about, girl? All right, so yeah, we gotta if we want to see a positive change in the black community, we got to be that positive change over here, right? We got to be that positive change over here, and we try to show y'all what respect looks like among each other, what friendship looks among each other, right? You know what I mean? We try to show you guys what that looks like, and everything else. We trying because everybody else, man, they attacking each other, or they got some kind of ulterior motive. Patrice said, "Let's do the movie, Mr. Big Spender." Hold on, Patrice. We ain't even done. You made me rent something new, Patrice. We're gonna do something new. Now, first we're gonna do that one. You made me spend that whole $3.99 on it, so we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We gotta talk about it. So we're gonna do that one first, and then we're gonna move on to Mr. Big Spender, and we see. All right. But shout out to OG Patrice. I'm just messing with her. All right. So what do y'all think? What is the state of black love? Is black love in a good state? Is it on its way to somewhere where we can put our we are going to be able to get our community out of a lot of the ills that is involved in our community? Oh, Mr. Big Spender, I'm talking about something new. Okay, all right. Long as we ain't gonna waste my $3.99. Then I'm coming to Arizona looking for you, girl. My $3.99. I gave my $3.99. All right, so where's black love? Can we get our people out of the situation they in? Right? How we gonna get out of the situation we in if we don't love each other? And it's men, it's us. I'm gonna put on, watch it today, Vaughn. All of us spend the money. Vaughn, if we all spend the money, the $3.99 on the movie, then we can all be mad at Patrice together if she don't want to talk. If she wiggle out of talking about it, we can all be mad at her together. All right. All right. So black love. Is this something that people want to see? No, not really. People don't want to see. Like I said, this Cosby Show. If you put the Cosby Show on today, it would never make it. It would never make it. The Cosby Show would never make it. Why? Oh, you just calling me Mr. Big Spender. That's right. That's right, man. That's right. I am Mr. Big Spender. You know what I'm saying? So Patrice, you are going to talk about this movie because I already spent the money on it. You're going to talk about it. Now that's that. That's the first one we're going to talk about, and then we talk about another one. Maybe not today, Patrice. I want you to go. I want you to go see Linnell. So I want you to go and relax, have a good time. So I probably won't be today, but we'll move it down the line. Maybe Tuesday. All right, because Sunday I'm probably gonna have another a different issue, different topic. Okay. I'm trying to close. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about black love. How we gonna put our relationships back together? We have to go through black men. Black men are the focal point. They are the vanguard of where we got to go through to bring the black relationships. So we got to show black men how to relate with black women. Every relationship don't have to be a super sexualized relationship, right? We can have non-sexual relationships with our women, and that doesn't make you a simp. That doesn't make you a stupid person just because you having a non-sexual relationship with a female and you trying to encourage the best out of her. Does that make you a bad person? Does that make you a simp? We got our wires crossed, man. The manosphere. See what I don't want to take away from the manosphere. The manosphere meant well. They meant well. Okay, it just like Black Lives Matter. It meant well. The theory behind it was good, right? The theory behind its inception was good intentions, right? However, it has been what's the word? Just like rap music, the theory, the theories behind rap music initially was good to tell what was actually going on. We could communicate with each other across the nation, across the world with each other through the music, through the lyrics of the music. We could tell each other what was going on. We could identify with each other that what was going on in our communities, and we could see the idea behind it was good. Plus, we could turn it into a business. We could actually make money and get out of some of this poverty. That the concept in the beginning was good, but it was hijacked. It was hijacked by these major labels, and they hijacked that. They hijacked the industry and turned it into just a catastrophe, just a bad experience, right? Same thing with the manosphere. The manosphere was hijacked by dudes that have had very bad experiences with black women that decided that black women are the least protected class out of any protected class. They're the least protected. Therefore, they were the low-hanging fruit to go after, to blame the situation on the black community on black women. However, if you look at every other community, you don't see if there's a problem in the white community, the white men don't get together and start blaming the white women for it. They take action, right? They move out and they do something about it. The Latino brothers and sisters, when the Latino brothers, if there's an issue in the Latino community, the Latino brothers don't sit around saying it's the Latino sisters that's the issue. They get together and they move out and they do something about it. The Asian brothers and sisters, when they get together, they don't have no issue. They don't say, "Oh man, it's the Asian women that's the problem." They decide, they hunker down and they do something about it. They huddle up and do something about it. The Jewish brothers and sisters, when they have an issue, they huddle up and they don't say, "Oh well, it's the Jewish sisters that's the problem." So they huddle up and they do something about it. The black community is the only one that's on its head, where if something goes wrong in the black community, the black brothers will get together, huddle up, and say it's the black woman's fault. It's the black woman that's the reason why the community is the way it is, because the black woman is the issue. Not the black man is not taking care of his business. Not that the black man is not establishing his rule He's not establishing his leadership in the black community. No. What do we say? You know, man, this is a black woman. The white man, she running to the white man every time. She run to the white man. What do you think black women gonna do, bro? You think these black women gonna let you go upside their head? And of course they're gonna call the police. They gonna let you go upside their head. If you call the police, you against black men. Come on, man. Come on, we gotta have some sense here. You think these black women gonna let you go upside their head? They don't care who they gotta call. Black police, or white police, or green police. They don't care who they gotta call. They ain't gonna let you keep going upside their head. You bringing the white man in our situation. Yeah, they ain't gonna let you go upside their heads. Come on now. Come on, man. We gotta think logically here. Patrice said no one knows the plight of the black man better than the black woman, and vice versa. Now let us all do better. Find love where it finds you, period. Tuh, with a T. Right? I think that's a good thing. I mean, I think we ought to find love. I think that as black people, we have a cultural obligation to each other to at least try to fix this situation that we have put our children in, right? But at the same time, I'm saying you should love, if you fall in love with somebody that's not black and they treat you better than you could find than a black person, any black person you could find, what am I going to say? Don't be in love with them? No. I'm I'm on a whole nother level than that situation. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a whole nother level. So your brother here, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I want black love to survive. I want it to thrive. You know what I'm saying? And, but at the same time, I understand if you can't find a black person that's going to give you the love that you need, that you require, then maybe you got to go outside. Maybe you got to hop the fence. I get it. But that don't mean you got to talk bad about those of us that stay home, right? That don't mean you got to talk bad about those of us that stay home. We can have different things going on, but at the same time have a solid goal. White people get together, man, when they see something that's going to affect them. A lot of them, they don't care if they're Christian, Muslim, Jewish, Catholic, whatever. They don't let that stop them from coming together to stop a situation that's happening, right? I think people tell black people, if we got an issue with something, go back to Africa, right? Nobody tells white people, go back to England. Oh, you don't like this bill? You don't like this law? Go back to England. You don't like this situation? Go back to Ireland, France, or wherever you're from, right? Australia. Go back there. The Caucasus Mountains. Go back there. Nobody tells them that, right? Why? Because they get together, they create they get a political situation together, and they go and tackle this problem. But how are we going to even be able to get together? If you get enough black people in a room together, they're going to be arguing over something. Why? Because we don't see the value in each other. We don't see the value in a black woman. The black woman is the mother of the universe. She's the mother of the universe. How are we disrespecting the mother of the universe? Yeah, she's not in her right mind right now, of course. She has amnesia. Mr. Farrakhan says she has amnesia. She don't know she don't remember who she is. She don't even remember who she is. She's the mother of the universe, and she don't even remember who she is. She thinks she's a thought that's supposed to be twerking in a restaurant. We got to help her as black men. We got to bring her memory back. We got to give her memory back. No, sister, that's not you. That's not you. You are the mother of the universe. there would be no other. There would be no other. There would be no white people. There would be no Latinos. There would be no Chinese. There would be no other groups of people without you. You are the mother of them all. You're the mother of them all. You just don't remember. You don't remember. You got amnesia. You don't remember. So we're here to bring your memory back. Tell you, hey, that's not you. That's not you. I know you twerking and all that stuff. That's because you don't remember who you are. You know what I'm saying? Once we get you to remember who you are, you go and you snap back and say, oh, I remember who I am now. What am I doing in this what am I doing in this outfit in public? Right? What am I doing? What am I doing out here? Then you snap back to yourself. And then we can start on the process of supporting each other to start building some of these industries. Because political power comes from economics. That's the bottom line. If you're not gonna change anything in a capitalist society without economics. It's just not gonna happen. You could say, hey, and the more we try to go to these politicians and plead with them, plead with their ethics. Their ethics ain't gonna do it. What's gonna do it is us giving, putting a bag on the table, saying, if we give you this bag, just like everybody else, we give you this bag, this is what we want in return. Period. But you got to have industries to do that. That's how come white people can do so many things, make so many things happen. That's how come Asians can make so many things happen. That's how come the Latinos can make so many things happen, because they have freestanding industries. Everything we do is based on what somebody else got going on. We got to start building some industries that stand alone, that people they can only come to us to get the benefits of this situation. All right. So how do we do that? First of all, we gotta learn to love our sisters. We gotta learn how to love them again. We forgot. The sisterhood has amnesia, and we as black men, we got dementia, where we used to know what we know what love looks like, but we act like we don't know. We're in a mentality where we don't know, right? We know what it looks like. We know what love is, but you know what dementia is. Dementia is senile, right? You senile. You know what should be. You know how to talk, but you act like you don't know how to talk, right? Why? Because it's something precluding you from being able to do that, right? But you act like you don't know. Right? You senile person, you like, man, I know. There's my grandmother. She used to write all the checks. She used to balance all the checkbooks in the house. She used to balance everything, right? She just do all the financial everything in the house, right? And now she can't even hold a pencil, right? But she know how to do that, but she can't do it. But she act like she can't do it. We know how to love black women, but we act like we can't. We out here acting like we can't do it. We don't know how to do it. We know how to do it. We got to get back to making the environment friendly for loving black women, friendly for protecting black women, friendly for having relationships with black women that don't involve sexual encounters. Good morning, sis. How you doing? Good afternoon, beloved. How are you? You know what? Good evening, sis. Let me make sure you get in the car okay. See, but you know what? This world has taught us to have ulterior motives. Let me help you in the car. Why? Because I want to creep up on you. There ain't nothing wrong with trying to, say, hey, look, sis, let me, and you just trying to create that proximity so that you can shoot your shot. I understand that. I'm talking about the fellas that's just trying to, one and done them. I know a lot of our sisters are okay with being one and done, but that's not what it should be. That's not what it should be. And it should be enough of us dads around to, if you one and done in our daughter, we gonna come and find you. But we have degenerated as black men. We've degenerated so low, especially when it comes to the sisterhood. We've degenerated so low that we one and done in each other. We one and done in our own daughters. We one and done in our own family. We one and done in everybody. Black man, pick up your bed and walk. What did Jesus tell him? Pick up your bed and walk. Pick up your bed and walk. Stop sitting around here letting the manosphere and everybody else tell you that black women ain't no good. Well, black women are out here doing pornos, so they ain't no good. Well, every other woman is out here doing pornos, but they still protect their women. Huh? Talk back to me. Talk back to me. Every other woman, they got a sliver of their population that's doing pornography too. Or prime, I should say. But they still protect the general population of their women. They still protect. Only black women have zero value. And that's because we as black men have been conditioned to accept that they have zero value. You a big man if you out here talking about how black women ain't no good. You a big man. You are valued. You are a high standing member in the community if you out here talking about black men, black women. It's a joke. It's an effing joke. Then we complain that black women don't submit. Why would they submit to somebody that's talking about them and calling them and telling the world that they have zero value? Their own men out here telling them they have zero value. Brother Clarence, here you go again, Brother Clarence. See, you talking crazy. I'm going to go on another platform where they're going to tell me about black women is the reason why the black community is all jacked up. It's all black women. They won't submit. They won't do this. They're doing this. They're doing that. See, I need to go to there because I'm listening to you, black. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all what y'all do. Even if y'all watching this on the replay, y'all, this is what y'all do. Go get one of them Negroes and tell them, go get the Negroes that's saying all that and tell them to come over here and talk to me. I'm not going on their platforms no more. These fools can't even handle chaotic. They can't even handle chaotic truth. Right? You can't even handle the biscuit. What you gonna do with a whole loaf of bread? Right? I'm a whole loaf of bread. You can't even handle chaotic. Chaotic's a biscuit. Chaotic's a half a biscuit. And he ain't even talking truth. I'm coming with truth. I'm coming with the mathematics behind everything I'm telling you. Why? Because I know you could challenge me, but you can't challenge the mathematics that's behind me. I'm going to bring the mathematics. So now you're going to look crazy. That's why Big Rigs, they ain't coming here, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you, Big Rigs. They ain't coming here, man, because they don't want to. Once they see, he's going to have to, I'm going to have to deal with him, we're going to have some mathematics. They ain't going to be able to challenge the mathematics. You ain't going to be able to challenge the math, because then you're going to look like a fool. Right? You can challenge me. Hey, Clarence, what you talking about? You crazy. You don't even have a degree. Okay. But when I put 2 + 2 on the table, now if you challenge 2 + 2, you're the one that's going to look like a fool. So I understand why they don't come over here. This ain't the place for them. We ain't doing no drama. We just talking about getting black people up out the situation they in. And then hopefully that'll help the rest of the world, right? That'll help everybody else. That'll reduce crime everywhere. That'll reduce all of these unaccounted for children. That'll reduce the taxing on the foster care system. I mean, that'll reduce so much government money. Just us. Not saying we are the biggest burden on the government, but just our portion, we could put a lot more money back into the government to do other things, right? OGPC said black men and women need to pour into each other again. Yes, but we need to pour into these children. See, because that's the real issue is black children, girls and boys. We got to get back to a point where man, there was a point in time if you did something to black children, man, no punishment was over the line. No punishment was over the line. Man, Africa, you do something to a little girl, they just never find you again. You just disappear, right? I mean, and I'm not advocating violence. I'm advocating for treating each other right. But see, we don't have no fear. We know the court system is least stringent when it's fighting for black children. Black women is bad. Black women are bad. But black children have the least amount of protection. So what are we going to do? We got to put into each other. We got to pour into each other. You want high-value men? You got to have high-value boys. How do you get high-value boys? 3rd grade. I'm going to tell you tomorrow. 3rd grade. We got to start. See, we got to start instilling this stuff in our children. We got to show our girls. Just because we got to be as men. I got a granddaughter at home. She know, man, she can come around me. She don't have no issue. It ain't no problem, man, because why? I'm not like, oh, well, I'm not going to be around my granddaughter because I'm not trying to have sex. I'm not trying to have sex with her. Of course not. But I'm just saying, I got to pour some time, non-sexual time into her. She's a girl, and she needs to see what it's like to deal with a man. She needs to see what a man looks like, right? So we have interactions, but they're all in a loving manner. They're all they're in a manner to project into her head, okay, I need a man that's going to treat me in this similar manner. When I start going out here looking for men, I need a man that's going to treat me in a similar manner. Where when I'm around this man, I'm at ease. I'm not having no issue. Right? And another thing is when she's around me, she can see what a man that loves her, that wants to spend time with her in a non-sexual situation. But when she gets around another man that might want to press a sexual issue, that weirdness will let her know that something's wrong. But how will she have that contrast if I'm not spending time with her? Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me today, man. Y'all don't hear me. We got to invest in each other, like Patrice said. We got to invest in each other, man. Especially these children, we got to invest in them. We got to invest in them, but we got to show them what black love looks like. We got to show them what brotherhood looks like. We got to show them what sisterhood looks like. I was watching a platform the other day, and I mentioned it earlier. Sister came on the platform. Everything was cool. Sister was on the platform for an hour and a half or so. Brother comes on the platform. They obviously had history. As soon as the brother came on the platform, sister said something to the effect of, oh, now I need to get off. The brother said, bye. And then the sister threw up the middle finger. Right? Thank you, Patrice. The sister threw up the middle finger. Now, the cavalry came in. This is what I don't like. The cavalry came in. Who's the cavalry? A bunch of other black men came in to basically tell the man that, yo, you're not wrong for having an issue with her. You're not wrong for that. Or the way you did it. You're wrong for entertaining her, but you're not wrong for what you did. Now, in my opinion, the brother was wrong, even though the sister was very wrong. She was very wrong. But she posed no danger to him physically. She posed no danger. She posed nothing. She was just in her feelings, and she asked him several times not to engage her. And he did it anyway. Then they made him out to be the victim in the situation. It was something crazy. I just had a conversation with someone, and we were talking about the fact that that type of stuff goes on, and it happened the same evening. Right? But my point is, they just have a wishy-washy way with black women. I don't want it. Either you with black women or you not. You can't pick and choose which black women you want. Either you with them or you not. Either you with us or you not with us. Stop. I'm with these black women because they own my network. But these black women that need my help, they the ones that need your help. You call yourself a Christian. If you're a Christian, you like us us Muslims. We're in the construction business, man. We're in the business of picking people up off the ground and trying to put them back together again. Humpty Dumpty. We try to put everybody back together again. How can you say I'm of this faith and the whole thing of this faith, the premise of the whole faith is putting people back together again, redeeming them, right? Called the whole premise of the faith is redemption. What is redemption? Right? When you first come out of the womb, you are deemed worthy of life. You're deemed worthy to be in among the people. You're deemed worthy. You're deemed worthy. You have been deemed by the God and by the people to be worthy to be here. But when you fall down, when you fall short of the laws of the land, you fall short. They deem you unworthy to be among the people, and they put you in the place. The people come to get you, and they put you in the place. When you pay your debt to society, they redeem you able to be among the people. They redeem you able to be among the people, right? So they let you out of the place so you can be among the people again. That's what we're doing. That's what us as faith-based people, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to have mercy on our people. We're supposed to try to help our people get out of the situation. Everybody don't have those responsibilities. Patrice said, how long are we going to talk about the problem with each other and not solutions? That's the $64,000 question. Bring on the solutions, black people. Shout out to Hot Mess Summer. Hot Mess Summer said, I think the right people, interracial love can absolutely be amazing. Been married 13 years strong. Hey, do what you got to do. If you can't find somebody on your side of the fence that love you and somebody on the other side of the fence will give you a chance to treat you right, I say go for it. You only live once. You only live once. If people ain't going to accept you because of the person that it shows you the amount of, the type of love that you want, maybe you got to get you some new friends. Maybe you got to get you a new circle, right? Because everybody, man, everybody's not going to accept you for, they may not be able to understand and relate to the struggles that you have gone through. But when you finally find that person that really loves you, I wouldn't let go of nobody that really loved me just because I don't, because I'm trying to be loyal to a race or a group or no, I wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we want you to try. We hope that Black people can try to work together. But if you can't, you can't. I think most of us have an issue with the women that just say, well, because you Black, I'm not going to, or the brothers that say, because you Black, I'm just not even going to have nothing to do with you. I think that is the issue that comes up. Hot Miss Summer says, but I do think that if you're going to date or be married in an interracial relationship, you should understand every single thing and responsibility that comes with that. Yeah, you should understand that there's going to be some pressure. There's going to be a lot of extra pressure in that situation. So you better be ready for that. Your love better be willing to absorb that, right? But in this world, your love better be willing to absorb a lot of different stuff, right? Hot Miss Summer says, yeah, I'm just not cut out for white boys. So, but like I said, I do believe that if you have an interracial relationship, you need to understand every single thing that comes with it. Yeah, it's definitely challenging, in my opinion. I've never been in an interracial relationship, but I definitely, I could see that it could be, I have friends that have, and I know it can be challenging at times. Just on its own, just the racial component, let alone the regular components of a relationship, right? Okay. Now, y'all, I gotta close it out because I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna come back in about maybe an hour or two. Hot Miss Summer says, I grew up in an interracial family. My father showed me what a strong man is, and my husband resembles a lot, and he is a provider, protector, spiritually, mentally, all of that. We'll cover that as well, but Clarence, when we watch the movie. Got you, OG. All right, yeah, we're gonna go into all of this. According to Patrice, y'all heard Patrice, right? So we're gonna hold our feet to the fire. We're gonna hold our feet to the fire, y'all. So yeah, but yeah, we go into all of this later. I just want y'all to realize that we trying to be here. We trying to be the beacon in the sea, in the fog of all of this madness. Oh, I was talking about I just want to finish about the content creator I saw get into it with another content creator, and so I saw that, and I said to myself, man, this is terrible. What's going on? But the cavalry came and they didn't address that he was way out of line. The male content creator was way out of line. What they addressed was the fact that the way he was out of line, and they were saying he should have been out of line in a different way, or he shouldn't have never addressed it. And I'm saying they never said it in a way where he could have addressed her, but at the same time showed her some love and tried to get her to see that, hey, we don't have to fight about everything, but we're gonna disagree on some things, but at least we could be respectful, show each other respect. They never went into the aspect of him being disrespectful to her. And I think that as Black men, grown Black men, they didn't do that. And so I saw that, man, this is definitely not a space I need to be in, because I would never have. I would have told the man straight out, hey, man, you were very disrespectful to her. And as soon as he would have said, well, she was disrespectful to me, I'll say she was. But you didn't have to be disrespectful to her. You didn't have to do that. And you owe an apology. But I know that would never have been accepted in that portal, because they just don't get down like that. And they have a lot of women over there that support that behavior, that support that mindset. So it is what it is. All right, so let's move on, and we're gonna get on out of here. Hot Mess Summer says, yeah, I know what you mean. Regularly, a relationship is hard right away when you add culture difference, race difference, and it can be challenging when you have people that don't understand everything. Yes, it's hard. A regular relationship is hard. That relationship is hard. Risa said, hit the like button on the way out. Yeah, hit the like button on your way out, please, y'all. Let's get the algorithm. Let's share these videos. And ultimately, if you see somebody out there that you think would be a good person for me to interview, I think I'm fair. You know what I mean? We can discuss things and have a difference of opinion, and we can still be okay. Hey, hit him up and say, hey, you want to go over there, Brother Clarence? He only got 500 subscribers, or 584 subscribers. Go on over there and see, why don't you just debate him over this or that, and watch me crush them. Watch me crush them. But I crush them slow. Y'all. I crush them slow. All right, y'all. But just let me know. You guys got my email. You guys got, you can hit me up and say, hey, Brother Clarence. And some of you guys do hit me up, Brother Clarence. Hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you try that? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I appreciate everything, everybody's input. Thank you guys in the chat. You guys are the reason why we do this. We don't always have a lot of people out here, but you guys in the chat are the reason why we do all this stuff we do, because I know you guys appreciate it, and you guys will come no matter what's going on. You guys come out, at least support, even if you guys may not have the whole 3 or 4 hours to hang out, but you at least come out and support. So we appreciate y'all, and y'all keep that chat clear. And as long as we work together, I work with y'all to keep the stage clear. Y'all work with me to keep the chat clear. We don't have no problems, man. We have another great show, and all of us work together to make it happen. It ain't just me. It ain't just Patrice. It ain't just Rico. It ain't just Vaughn. It's all of us working together. It ain't just Risa. It ain't just Quantum. Shout out to Quantum. But it's not us, all of us, man. All of us are working together. All right? All right, y'all. So we'll see y'all later. Maybe I might see you later on today. I don't know. Let me check out what's going on. Check my calendar. And if I got enough time, I might pop back up with a little something. All right, y'all. See y'all later. Peace.